So,
Just preparing live stream.
All right. So, I hope that I don't cause us any trouble with the background scene tonight, but we are being patriotic, correct?
Well, of course we're being patriotic.
Well, our whole country was founded on fucking whiskey.
Amen.
Our first president made it.
Yep.
Yes, he did.
I wonder how good his was.
I don't know.
Got my shirt on, boys. Representing.
I'm gonna have to order one of them.
I'll send you one. What size?
Oh, definitely a large for a fat ass.
All right, well, just text me, that way I don't forget.
Yeah.
Because I'm the absent-minded professor most of the time.
You're not the only one. Trust me. Oh.
Uh-oh, I think I'm about to do some good here.
Hey, I see you, Tomcat.
Yeah,
Yeah, we can see you at least.
I just need to move 90 degrees here.
Crap.
We lost Alvin.
You know
though.
what? It created a new
I forgot.
Hey, Gary, welcome.
it did it to me last time as well. It created a new one.
Well, I'm here. I'm just sideways.
I
Oh,
noticed
look at that.
it was missing the
Wayne's
nozzle.
got us all decorated up now.
I put the star on the tree.
There we go.
I'm curious to see what you
That's
start
what
putting out of that
produced
bad
this.
boy, Ray.
Right, yeah.
What was that? Sorry, I missed you.
That come out of fat salad right there.
Ooh, you got that one.
Ew.
Well, what you got, Tomcat?
What's that?
So which I missed it. Oh, you got some of that
Here, I'll again, turn your head sideways.
Fat Sally's gunk. Yeah. Oh, that's pretty, man.
Uh-huh. I'm gonna give her a test here eventually.
Cool.
If I ever get this thing turned around.
All right. So are you sideways for everybody or just for me?
Everybody.
Everybody.
Okay.
We gotta start a new live chat.
Yeah, let's do it. Who's gonna be watching text and shit?
Hell, I'm doing good just to be here. I can't do it this time.
Hey, I got this one.
Yeah.
But I don't have Alvin. Live chat?
Yeah, we're live now, gentlemen.
Thank you.
All right. Watching what's up,
I'm
y'all?
actually watching the chat now.
Okay.
We had some people that are old one, the one that I created.
I don't have Alvin.
Yeah, we're live now, gentlemen.
Shut the volume off on my phone so we don't get feedback.
Yeah. All right. So who's watching the chat? Because I can't see it with my phone. Maybe I can.
I don't know, but I'm gonna, since you can't really see me, I'm gonna say something here. Anybody that's on that watches this in the recorded form, this is a special day for Mason Jar Mafia.
That's right.
Yesterday actually was our 6-month anniversary. We chose to celebrate it today, and the day before Independence Day, which we are some freedom loving Americans, all of us, and just we hold that part of our country and our life just dear to us, and don't condone illegal activity, basically. Anyhow, I'm glad you're watching this and you're choosing to celebrate.
Good to have everybody that's watching us. Thanks for tuning in. Tomcat, love that shirt, by the way, and that mug. Can you show us that mug? Tell us a little bit about that mug, Tomcat.
Yeah, there's one right there like that. So
Oh yeah.
everybody always asks us about those.
I gotta fill mine up.
That's a special thing just for the Crazy Eight. But turns out we had a couple extras, and tonight everybody that's subscribed to YouTube that sends a question in will automatically be entered for a drawing. We're going to give one of them away. So as a way of saying, hey, here you go, because we have a pretty loyal following on Distilling Tradition, and a lot of our folks go there through YouTube. So there's a connection there. Anyhow, ask some questions. You get one question will enter you in. There's not like 50 chances. So you could ask 50 questions if you want to, but it won't do you any good on that. It just gets you one chance. All right, I'll drink to that.
So what you got in that mug there, Tom?
That is lemonade and Maker's Mark.
Nice.
I've been on a tear lately. I'm off Tuesday as well. I took that off, so I just
I gotta slide my cooler closer.
I would have that summer feeling.
Hey, there he's back. So Tom, you showed yours. This is mine. The bourbon on Applewood. Maybe I get a little light to it. It's a little better.
French
Oh,
oak.
that smells good.
Yeah.
French oak.
I tell you what, I'm really digging that Applewood.
I bet it's good. I like my French oak, but not only on this one here, but the other one I made before that I had before this one. It's really good.
Mm-hmm.
It's an interesting taste. I would like it better personally, proof down a little bit, but it's smooth and has a nice taste to it.
Mm-hmm.
Really does.
Elvin, you're back.
Hey, there's Ray.
Yeah, I just had to pour myself a beer.
What are we drinking tonight?
Tom, are you holding on, buddy?
Yeah, man, I'm cool.
Look like you're sliding downhill.
Some things look the same either way. I have to admit, I am.
Says you're defying gravity.
Oh, well. I keep pushing more buttons. I either go away or improve or something.
Yeah.
At least you're on there with yours, Tom. I can't even get my camera to come
It
on.
took me a while. I mean, there's no guarantee I'll stay. I'm working on it, but you know. That's why I'm just.
Boys, I ain't gonna lie. It's hot out here in the shed.
Yeah,
It finally cooled off.
How hot was it at your house today?
Yeah,
I
it's been
think
real
we were,
humid here.
We were only about 90, but the real feel was like 95, 97.
Yeah, and that's what we're headed for tomorrow and next week.
Just humidity is just horrible.
Yeah. We've been like one notch from the worst. So whatever that is, it's been hot.
Yeah.
We've had
I
some
blame
rain.
Biden for the humidity.
We've had some rain and some clouds, which helped cool it off some. It's been more tolerable. We got that, but we're heading right back to 95 all next week.
Hey, David, how's it going?
David Banks,
Yep, David Banks is on.
what's up,
We
buddy?
got Gary McGraw,
Hey, what's up, Jerry?
Mo's on.
Yep.
All right. I'm going to be sideways all night.
Oh, David just asked us a question.
On the board.
Says, my big question is about the
You're here. I'm
lineup.
working on. But I
Does the
think I'm
angle
gonna have
of
to
it make a difference in proof or flavor? I keep seeing conflicting thoughts.
What is that again, Ray?
David Banks, his question is about the line arm. Does the angle of the line arm make a difference in proof or flavor? He says he keeps seeing conflicting
Absolutely.
thoughts.
Both. It makes a difference in both. flavor.
Makes a big difference in proof.
Yes.
If your line arm is angling back toward the still, then your proof's going to go up, because the natural parasitic reflux that happens from ambient air temperature is going to cause that to condense, and it's going to roll back down and roll back into your pot and get reboiled again and come up pure.
I want to make a 5-second clip of your answer there, and we'll have that on your profile. So when somebody clicks on, the professor can kick in with the $600 words. Man, that was smooth as silk. You the man, Wayne. But it's the truth. What you said was true. It's exactly what happens. And I guess flavor gets transferred according to the angle of the line arm too.
So
That's right.
also to add to that, somewhere on the homepage, sorry, is an article Wayne posted about how copper affects the distillate. In that article, they talk about the angle of the line arm and whatnot. You may find that interesting. So maybe we can find it on the homepage and I'll bring it up closer to the front.
David Banks.
Yeah, we put a flag on that one, bump it up. That's a good article. It really is.
It is an awesome article.
Are you going to do the reflex thing, David Banks? That's what I want to know.
Hey, Josh is trying to join us.
I'm trying.
I hear you.
We hear you, brother.
Just audio
you.
though.
Yeah, then you'll go sideways next when you do come.
All I can say is David Banks won and everybody else nothing.
There it is.
Wouldn't that be, Al, look at you. Wouldn't that be cool, David Banks, to have one of them? Right there.
Hey, JC made it.
You know, the funny
What's
thing
up,
about these,
Tater?
Good to see you, brother.
hey, what's up?
What up?
I was going to say the funny thing about those mugs is, you know, they were never intended to go beyond
No, they were not
us,
intended to
and
go
now somebody
beyond
gets a chance to get one.
the original 8.
Right. It was just a kind gesture.
So whoever gets this mug, which by the way, it is still in the box.
New in the box, man.
Hey,
Wait.
Bear's trying to join us.
Hey, Kevin, are you getting pop?
Big Bear, what's up, buddy?
Hey guys, how are you?
Bear.
You just a mile
Happy
and
to be
away.
here.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to zip in and out of this meeting probably because
Tom's cheating. He's turning the camera. There you go, brother.
I got to. I'm at a party where I gotta participate, I guess. Woo! I just blew out what little brain I have left.
Hey,
Jason,
all right.
Hey brother,
What's up?
how are you, man?
Doing good. Hot.
Cool. Yeah.
Awesome. We got 6 of us.
We're playing some cornhole and there's air on in here.
Oh,
It's cool.
all right,
Inside
I'm gonna go.
than it is inside.
Have to go get my mug and fill it up with some ice and some lemonade.
What y'all drinking?
Well,
I got some lemonade and
All right.
Maker's
I
Mark
already gotta
going.
go, but I'll be back.
I've got a summer shandy.
Oh,
Well, I was gonna blame that on kids. How are those?
They're actually good. This one's good. It's a wheat beer with natural lemon flavor. It says pretty good. I've been enjoying it.
I've been on a tear on that Maker's Mark lemonade last few days. It's just really tasting good.
Almost makes me wonder what it would taste like. I might have to get honey and some lemons. What are you getting, drinking, Josh? Oh, Alvin's got a left hand. He's drinking Milo.
With some Milo's lemonade.
Oh, Josh, go. You're my hero.
Somebody else. Oh, I thought that- I'm glad it was
Do we got
you.
any other questions besides Mr. David Banks?
Oh, see. No, not yet.
All right. Hey, I have got to. All
I
right.
think
Got
Mo
a
had
passive
a question about
reflux.
the mug giveaway.
All right. So I'm gonna do some shredded wheat and some lemonade.
I'm on a Zoom meeting.
Shredded wheat and lemonade. There you go.
One of my
Yeah,
favorite
shredded
ones.
wheat.
That's shredded wheat.
Was that the frosted shredded wheat or the unfrosted?
That is the unfrosted shredded wheat.
Was it better?
I doubt it.
Do you remember?
Anyway, I'm gonna put a shot. There we go. I don't know if it's a shot or half a glass, but about that. A little lemonade.
When I was seeing Wayne, that was my favorite. He gave me one of everything, and that was my favorite one with the shredded wheat. It was really good.
Bear's trying to come back.
There we go.
Hey, what's up?
Rob Staggs, good to see you, buddy.
543 now.
How's it going tonight?
Who, me?
Rob Staggs.
Rob Tag. Who sees the questions, Alvin?
Alvin's running he's like the MC. Yeah, he's the.
I think Mo had a question about the mug giveaway.
Oh, yeah? Let's hear it.
She just said, what do you mean, whoever gets this mug, you guys are giving away a mug? So you might want to repeat your, Tom Cates, you might want to repeat the information about the mug giveaway.
You know what? I will, but I may have changed my mind. I might have to drive out to Kentucky and hang out with JC. I missed
Oh, can you
you.
see me?
Yes, we can see you.
Oh, I thought it was only when I said something. Sorry about that.
You'll free.
Nope, you're live all the time, brother.
Like I said, now I know exactly why you're in this mafia.
You're just smoking a pipe. No big deal.
Right. So anyhow, we are giving a giveaway. Get one like me, and the guys got like JC. All we ask is you submit a question on YouTube, and we'll enter you for random drawing. Somebody's going to get one of these extremely rare and highly sought after.
Oh.
100 sub. Yeah. Yeah, show them. There you go. Cheers.
This one's better than his because it's full.
My wife is
Hey, Ray, you gonna sign that mug before you send it out?
go in there. I told you I was on a tear of Maker's Mark and lemonade the last few days. Young
All right,
Tom,
fellas, I guess I gotta go again.
All right, brother.
I'll be,
Okay,
I'll,
Bear.
I'll just stick it in my pocket and mute it if I
Glad you
can.
got to see us.
I'll be back.
okay,
All right, we'll see you then.
bring us a drink. We want to see what you're drinking. Yeah, so anyway, where were we? Questions. Nobody got any damn questions? It's the 3rd of July. It's not the 4th of July. Sure, we got some veterans and other great patriots that are watching this. We're gonna step up and get in on that free mug. That's the American way, man.
Yeah, right now somebody's got to knock David Banks out of the running here. Come on.
He's at least gotta have some.
Well, Rob Staggs asked what you're sipping on, if it was sour mash whiskey.
Mine is
Who asked?
me. Mine
Just
is
in
lemonade.
general.
Mine is lemonade Maker's Mark. I've got my in-laws like me, and they've given me a whole bunch of Maker's Mark. They know I like it. I'm trying to burn through it before Christmas comes again. So I've been on a tear.
I'm sipping on a beer at the moment.
Yeah,
I almost got beer. I have
Okay.
bacon in
You guys
there.
going or are you practicing? Going? You're going to go. Yeah.
shredded wheat moonshine and lemonade.
All right, so 4.
Yeah, there'd be nothing wrong with moonshine lemonade. Like I said, I don't know, something about how Makers does it, their mix. I think my friend joked that one agent or the one Wayne and I made, I think it would go lemonade too. There's something about that aged taste, because I don't like Jack Daniels, but my friend gave me some one time. I put lemonade and it actually tasted much better than it normally would. Somehow bourbon and lemonade really mixed together good. Yeah. He likes that damn Jack
Good
Daniels.
taste. I like it.
Tom, have you ever
I
tried
like
it with
bourbon and
the,
sweet tea.
you ever tried it with like a pink lemonade or a flavored lemonade?
I've done pink lemonade's good too. There ain't nothing wrong with that. I've done that.
I've mixed limeade with
Yeah.
liquor. That's pretty good too. I like the limeade.
That's cool. Yep, I just got stuck on this thing. I mean, my wife, bless her heart, she's very domestic and she just figured out what I like and how to make them and she feeds me and it's wonderful. Yeah.
JC, what you drinking on?
Moonshine Mule. Got some White Dog, lime juice, and ginger beer.
Oh, that
Nice.
sounds good. That sounds good.
All right.
Does it go down good? Looks like it
Oh
does.
yeah. I like that ginger beer. It's got a little spice to it.
Yeah.
Right.
That concoction you had with the maraschino cherries the other day you posted sounded pretty good too.
I got two more.
How does that turn out with the cherries? That sounded good to me too. Like that.
It's still aging. I need to break into it. It's looking pretty.
Is it? Are the cherries in there?
I did a maceration once on cherries. It was pretty good. I used those Bing cherries,
Yeah.
big dark ones.
Yeah.
So I pitted about a half a quart jar, and I topped it off with some 80 proof, and it came out really nice.
Oh, yeah. And then, like, if you eat the cherry, would it get you messed up?
What was that?
When you eat the cherry, would it, have alcohol in it and stuff?
Yeah, I can't do that. I can't eat the cherries. They do soak up some of the alcohol.
Yeah, I retired from.
I put apples in my apple pie shine, and it
Me
seems to
too.
soak up the worst part of the alcohol.
Yeah, it does. They taste like hell. They're horrible.
The apples taste like total hell. Yeah.
It's good to see the young people eat that shit and think they're getting drunk. I mean, making moonshine totally changed how I smell all liquor and how I taste all liquor. I never thought I'd say that because I'm no stranger to all the above.
Limeade in moonshine is good, Alvin. You should try it.
No, Tom, you're so very right about that last statement you made. My brother brought back some really expensive whiskey from Ireland, and it's all pot distilled, and I'm tasting it. And I'm like, yeah, there ain't no lie there, because I can taste the tails. I just a hint of it, and I can taste it. But it was it was one of those deals. It's one of them highly sought after whiskeys, and I'm thinking I get it, but I don't know. I mean, it's aged 15 years, and it still tastes like tails. So I don't know.
You remember the name of it?
I don't, but I could go to my brother's house and look it up. He's got it there. But
Yeah.
no, I don't remember the name of it.
Somebody give me a
He had
house.
some other stuff that was really good.
Somebody give me a housewarming gift when I moved in here. And it sounded like that. It was like friggin' $100 a bottle, aged for 10 years or whatever. And I was like, yeah, it's all right.
I think if I stick
Nobody made no cuts.
If I stick with my agent and stuff and that, I like putting honey in it. Mine probably will eventually get smoothed out to where it'd be as good as what you get at the store. Might not taste the same, but it'll get there, I think. I really like aging it. And there ain't nothing wrong with White Dog. I still drink that too.
No. In fact, I like aging stuff, but I prefer most of the time just to drink White Dog.
So I forgot to take a picture, but I ought to tell you guys about this in the world. A friend of mine over the hill, he used to make shine, and he sold us still and got busy doing other things. And he said, I got something for you. And it's a big long pole that's got a wire kind of thing on the bottom of it. He said, that's for stirring your corn. My God, is it efficient? If you're going to make Uncle Jesse's or just need any time to stir corn, I'll take a picture of it. I would recommend buying it. I've been impressed. it's got like a wire woven thing on the bottom. It's only about that big, maybe.
Mhm.
You just run it up and down, it just stirs the living hell out of the stuff on the bottom.
Yeah.
Way better than a paddle. I mean, you got the electric motor, that's probably a good way to go too, or the paintbrush, but man, this thing really stirs up the corn.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, so free
Hey,
is the
Wayne,
best
you-
price for something like that.
Hey, Wayne, you
David
probably got the most
Banks.
experience working with bubble plates. David Banks wants to know if he'll lose flavor with running a couple bubble plates like he did running scrubbies in his column.
David, I would say the answer to that is, for the most part, no. You're not going to lose a lot of flavor running 1 or 2 bubble plates. I would honestly, you see this behind me right here. There's 1 bubble plate, and it'll spit out 170, 180 all day long at a stream. So I would say start with 1, and depending on if you want to make rocket fuel, go 2, 3, 4. If you want to chase the whiskey, I think my problem, I can't get below 170, but it's the onion. The onion drives the proof up really high.
And anybody listen to this, thinking about it, go spend the money and
You
get
have
the
any packing in your onion, Wayne, or is it just open?
I have no packing and nothing. I got 1 plate.
I never put
open,
packing in it.
and
The onion is if you're watching this and thinking about it, go spend the money and get the onion. That's the single best improvement you can do to raise the proof. And it's easy. You just bolt it on there and away it goes. Yeah, I like mine. Obviously, Wayne likes it.
They're awesome. They really, it is the single biggest improvement that I believe you could do to your still.
I think so too.
Even on a pot still. The
Yeah.
flavor change was amazing.
Even,
Yes.
yeah. Guys, first time I ran this, I packed everything. I put a few scrubbies in the onion, and I packed the taper above it. I had no plate, no nothing, straight pot still. My 4s and heads come off at 180. My hearts was at 173 for like 3 pints. It just sat there and kept spitting out like I was running reflux. But
Yeah, I think it's worth it.
The onion.
I mean,
is
I did have
it is a worthwhile investment. It is an
Yeah.
expensive investment, but it is a worthwhile.
Yeah.
I agree.
back into it. That's definitely worthwhile. Most definitely.
And so I have one without a thermometer, which I was kind of leaned on the thermometer as a crutch in the past. Now I don't care at all. I don't pay any attention to it. I just, make my cuts, and when it comes down the tube, measure it, what the proof is and stuff. And I honestly,
Yeah, thermometer. That's a good topic, Tom. Thermometer placement, thermometers in general. It's a really good topic.
The first part's interesting. Shouldn't a guy put them up as high up on the column as you can? Isn't that where the best place for thermometer?
If you're measuring way up there in the column, you're going to measure a lower temperature. It's going to be closer to that 170, 173 mark.
Right.
Until you start pushing tails real hard. But like you see mine, I measure in the boiler in the vapor zone, and that tells me something else. It's more like a gas gauge.
Yeah.
When I see my temperature, if it's setting, if I'm starting to collect a little bit of 4 shots and my temperature is setting about 182 or 83 in where it's setting, I was like, I got a good charge. I'm gonna have a good run. It kind of lets me know, I can tell what kind of alcohol I'm starting with. I know where I'm at, how long I'm gonna be.
I'm gonna say hello to my wife. Mrs. Tater joined for a couple minutes. I don't know if she's still on or not.
Yeah, she
Tater's
confirmed that you could. She confirmed me that she
Mrs.
tried
Tater.
to fruit that was bad.
It was bad.
Hey, Mrs. Tater, you should get a hold of me. I've got some things I want to talk to you about.
Ray, she's got to be a good woman to put up with you, brother.
We need to talk about your husband, Raymond. Let's see if I can help you there, buddy. Oh, Lordy.
Oh,
Jim's fading in and out.
All right, David Banks, we need another question, buddy. Come on.
Man, we're
well,
bombing
there's a
out
bunch
here.
of us here. Discourage, got anything? Mo, how about you?
Well, I, for one, am having fun on our anniversary, and I'm glad we're here, and I'm glad I've met all of you. And I'm
What
glad
is
we
it?
I'm glad we do what we do. I like it.
Oh, I gotta pull something off the shelf here. There we go.
Dang, that's a pretty color.
Yeah. Sweet corn liquor on
Well, it's raining here
Applewood.
now, guys.
The little sweet corn liquor on
Oh,
Applewood.
Applewood.
But it wasn't toasted. Figure it'll go better with my limeade.
All right, one more test here.
I got one on cherry, but I don't think that'd go good with the.
I'm doing this for science, not for me. It is Sunday after all.
It's Sunday?
Mm. I do like that French oak chip.
Testy.
Are any of y'all gonna try putting your plate underneath the onion like Alan does?
That's yes, I am.
I was going to, but the way mine's set up, my my bubble plate falls through the section right underneath my onion because I got an adapter. So I can't put mine underneath it.
Well, you'll be okay with the plate. I really should send you that screen and you can try them other marbles and see what that does for you.
I'm gonna have to go get a speaker or something. That rain is beating down hard. I can't hear nothing.
Well,
Rain, what the hell's that?
we can't hear it.
Well,
You
Ms.
drive?
Tater has a question.
all right.
She wants to know if there's any chance of us all getting together to hang out.
There is a chance.
That would be really cool.
There's a pretty good chance, actually, I think.
We all love the idea. It's just the logistics is the only reason we haven't already.
Maybe.
When?
You already
That's the
got a
question.
mug. You don't get another one.
We will someday for sure. I mean, I enjoyed going down and meeting Wayne just for half a day. That was good. And I talked to Alan all the time, well, everybody all the time, I'm sure.
I was a little disappointed my vacation got canceled on me. Then they reinstated it after I canceled it.
We can stand there, Bobby. We can stand.
I was gonna head down, see Wayne this week,
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
spend a couple hours together, but
Well, I
work had
figured
other plans. Then they changed it back again.
I'm at less than 4 years and 3 months from retirement, so I'm counting the days. Then I'll go wherever I want. I may come see every one of you then. It's a little thing I call play, don't pay. Anyway, I thought it was funny.
All right, guys. I had to run out and get a speaker.
Can you hear us now?
Hello, hello.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
I think we lost
Yeah, I think we
Wayne.
lost Wayne temporarily.
He'll be back. We lost Bear too.
Well, they were messing up the
Yeah, Bear was only here for a little bit.
signals.
He may have been having problems.
Well,
I don't
he's
think he
still
ever turned
kind
his
of
audio
there,
on.
but he muted.
Yeah, I don't think he ever. I
Hey,
don't think he ever got
Zach,
his audio on.
it's Brother Bear.
What's up, Big Bear?
Is it loaded? And do you feel safe?
Do we need to send you to your safe place?
Well, if you guys don't care, I'm gonna start putting together that plum brandy. while
I was
we're
about to ask,
talking.
I was about to ask if you smashed in yet.
Back. There we go.
Hey, Wayne's back.
Got six.
Hey, what I miss?
We didn't know what to do
Not
without
much.
the ringleader.
I showed it.
I don't know if I can
showed
get
off
you
the
a
gun.
camera with the laptop camera.
I showed off the gun.
Hey.
How's that?
All right, Ray. What you got going on there, brother?
Oh, I'm gonna start mixing up my plum brandy. My poor boy plum brandy, because I'm a poor boy.
Damn,
There's
dude.
nothing wrong with being poor. Daddy always said poor boys got 4 ways, but they usually work.
You're poor because you got a regular production
I got,
facility going on
Hey,
back
Bear's
there.
back too.
I got 7 gallons of prune juice sitting here. I'm only gonna use 6. I got 8 pounds of sugar. I'm gonna use 6. I'm just gonna heat up some to help dissolve the sugar.
Hey, is this prune juice thing? Is this kind of gonna be like the dog food thing, or how's this gonna go?
Now, I'm trying this one, brother. I'm experimenting. I'm gonna drink this bad boy.
I think this one will be better.
Prune juice, huh?
I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a whole lot better.
You know, I don't
Well, I
think you can
can't
just
find
write
plum
this shit.
juice.
All
Will
All right, so
prune juice
Tater-
have the same effect on you
I
once it's
figured
been
out to give it a
distilled?
nice plum flavor.
Is that what the prune juice is for?
Yeah.
That's what I've always looked for, is that nice plum flavor. I didn't know it was prune juice, but I'll let you have mine.
Get drunk and stay regular all at the same time.
Hey,
Yeah,
you guys are Trekkies at all.
you know,
It's a warrior's drink.
oh, yeah. You should put some
Warrior's
corn
drink
in
right
there
here,
and give
brother.
that corn taste.
Oh, where's my lighter? There it is. I'm just gonna warm up about a gallon of it, so it'll dissolve the sugar a little better.
How hot is it,
I was
JC?
thinking about brewing another batch tonight while we were live, setting up my camera, but it's
Well,
just too
my
damn
camera's
hot.
not showing up worth I couldn't get my camera to work, so.
How hot is it, JC?
It's not really too hot, but it's humid as fuck.
Yeah, I mean, I won't have it quite like you and Wayne, but it's no fun here either. Yeah, we've had a shit ton of rain this spring and all, and so every weed and varmint in the state has gone crazy. My part of the state's looks probably like yours, JC, and we got hills and trees and green. It's a green thing, rivers.
Yeah,
lakes.
humidity's a son of a bitch here right now.
Yeah, they've
Yeah,
been neck
I'm
and neck
sure.
today.
So
Yeah,
I'll let that warm up while we're talking. I don't want it
Yeah.
hot. I just
Luke
want
has
it
another
warmed up
question for
so I'll dissolve the sugar.
How much sugar you adding to that?
I'm gonna throw about 6 pounds in it. I got 2 4-pound bags, so I'm gonna use a bag and a half.
So
There you go.
Ray, where in the hell did you come up with this prune thing? Do you read too much, or I mean, you got somebody works at the old folks' home? What's going on there?
You've been
Leg,
talking to
sweetie.
some old people from Arkansas?
Yeah.
I guess it's got sugar.
Hey, and you guys
Still,
ever
Okay.
do flavored UJSSM runs? Did you ever flavored it?
no corn.
You just drink it straight. David Banks had a question about flavoring UJSSM. Apparently he's having, it comes out like turpentine, no matter what they use to flavor it with other than real fruits.
Yeah,
I've never flavored it, so I don't really
you drink
know.
corn. Yours is corn mostly, isn't it, Alvin?
Boyle Logan. Hey, how's it going? Welcome to the show.
Uh-oh.
Come on, Brandon.
Uh-oh. What's uh-oh?
Oh, I lost where I was at. I was trying to.
Fire. No, I think
I'm not
I'm
tech
not sure. I
savvy.
think they pulled something. I'm thinking somebody thought they were just kids' toys, and I don't think they were kids' toys. Yeah, I don't think it was a lighting thing. I actually think it was yeah.
There you go, thinking again.
Thinking of getting in trouble.
Sit down here for a minute.
Ain't it?
I'm a little off camera, but that's all right.
You're all right, Ray. That's I'm interested to see what you get out of this.
We'll figure it out. I can always dig out the test tube and see what our gravity comes out without
So I've been stashing, my wife buys bananas every week and she won't eat them unless they're green. And I can't stand the son of bitches when they're green because they ain't worth eating.
No.
And I can only eat so many ripe bananas. So I end up cutting them up and throwing them in the freezer bag in the freezer. So I'll probably do like I did last time and go buy a box, like 35-pound box of them and leave them set out until they are almost rotten and start making something out of them.
I need to get some more again.
I love banana. Banana is one of my favorite things to make. And
We-
it took
I'm
me,
gonna try it with the skins on this time, like you suggested.
dude, it took me a long time to figure out how to make it where it had the flavor that come through. And
I wound up macerating bananas in there to get the extra banana flavor. So I'm definitely gonna try it your
I
way.
get it coming through the still, but I put the skins in the ferment and I pull them out about day 3, day 4.
Yeah.
They'll float in a big old thick cap up top anyway.
And that tool I was telling you about, you just scoop them out because it goes.
Boys, see the fireworks set up here?
Oh, crap. I gotta run in the house quick. I got the plums for this I gotta grab yet.
I guess if
All
you
right.
drink some of that prune juice, then it's affected you.
Prune juice is
fire-
already working
That's
on you.
fireworks for later we got set up.
So while he's gone, y'all wanna see what I got going on in the shed?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Alright.
I got a cold water purifier behind me. She's ice cold. She ain't running up. Just water though.
I'm more of a gun guy.
But hell, we like clean water, right, guys?
We do. I had to have the filters changed in my water filter just the other day.
We don't condone no illegal activities anyway.
I'm more of a moonshine
Nope,
drinker.
none.
What are they gonna do? Come get you? I guess they want to, but they don't.
I think Tomcat's our official constable of the MJM. Yeah, see, he's got the weapon and everything.
There we go.
Sergeant
I'm
at
back.
Arms. If I'm the sergeant at arms, we're in
There's
deep.
about, let's see if it shows
Oh,
up.
what's JC got going on there?
I got about 3-4 pounds of plums here. Ooh, that looks good, JC. What do you got going on?
You know what that is, Alvin?
That ain't no prune juice, I can tell you
Oh,
that.
okay. Yes, yes. Yeah, I know what that
Oh man,
Is that banana? Is that apple?
Apple and corn.
I'll be damned.
apple and corn, sweet. Split brandy, mountain brandy.
How many pounds of apples is that?
I got 18 in there.
Okay, and
Nice.
you just cut them into quarters and throw them in?
I froze them, mashed them up pretty good.
Okay,
You know, frozen, thawed them, then mashed them up pretty good. It's 18 pounds of apples, 18 pounds of corn.
Do you mash your corn in? Are you doing just
I didn't this time. It's just simple.
like modified Uncle Jesse then?
Yeah.
Let's go.
does the flavor come through pretty good on modified Uncle Jesse's like that?
Loyal Logan's got a question.
Yeah.
It's, does yeast or yeast nutrient mess with the pH and sugar wash?
I don't know, but I've used both and had.
I don't think the yeast will lower the pH a little bit, but I
Yeah,
don't think it's
yeast
enough
by
to worry
itself
about.
will alter the pH, but I don't know about nutrient. I don't think it will.
I don't think the nutrient will. I've never heard or seen anything that says anything about it.
I put nutrient.
Guys
on-
that are doing sugar washes, one of the best things you can probably do if you're doing Uncle Jesse style sugar washes, where it's a non-cooked grain, go to Tractor Supply or a feed store, get you some, get a bag. They're like $7 or $8 for a bag of crushed oyster shells. Throw you a good handful in your fermenter and don't worry about it. They really help. They
They
buffer everything naturally on their own.
What is
Definitely.
this like in the feed section or something? They have oyster shells?
What is it?
What is it like in the feed section or something? How do you get your oyster shells?
Yeah, you go in where they have the chicken feed.
Yeah,
Ah,
it's by the chickens.
There'll be a
It's used for
little
chickens.
bag. It's probably 10 inches tall, 4 inches wide. A little bag. It's just crushed oyster shells.
Hey, Wayne,
All this is calcium, and you can go to the river and get a mussel shell and throw it in your fermenter.
well, I was going to ask that. Well, you were doing that, weren't you, Wayne? Did you have a?
Yeah, I would do a mussel shell,
shell?
and I had one last me a good portion of the year. But when I got done, it was just a little disc.
Yep.
The yeast had taken what they wanted, but yeah, I kept
does it
throwing it back
just
in.
Does it just make it ferment, the fermentation go faster, or what's it do?
All right, so if your pH starts to crash, oyster shells are pure calcium. They're pretty much calcium. So the yeast can absorb what they need from that while it's in the ferment, and it kind of helps balance everything out.
Okay, I've heard of people do it,
It really works good.
You're the first person I ever knew that actually did it, so I'm glad to know. Dang, look at that prune juice go.
I wish I had my laptop out here so I could kind of see what was going on with the live chat.
Yeah. David Wolf says that's a corn apple, needs some rye in it.
Probably so.
I wish I could get a hold of some rye cheap. I just don't have the hookup for wheat and rye and stuff like that.
Well, JC, you're not converting or cooking it, you just like a simple mash, right? And does the apple flavor come over pretty good?
I've tried it before, but the apple flavor was like kind of on the back end of it. But this is the biggest batch I've done like that, and the most apples I put in it. So I'm pretty hopeful.
Hey, JC,
Yo,
I heard the liquor Santa dropped off something at your house the other day.
Liquor Santa's got a big mouth, don't they?
Like me.
Yeah, I can't
It's
wait.
them damn distilling gnomes. They can't keep a secret.
Right? Yeah, I can't wait. I'm gonna run what I got going on in here normal. Then I'm gonna do a sugar wash just to kind of clean it out and get a feel for it.
Yeah, you definitely need to clean her out. I mean, it
You
was a
do, but
section
mine-
that was in part of my last setup from years ago. And so it's made a lot of stuff, but yeah, after
Cool.
brazing and soldering it up, there's some flux in there you'll want to get cleaned out.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's
I didn't
another good topic for tonight to talk about cleaning up, guys. When you get a new still, even if it's stainless, it's generally going to have some residues from welding, fabrication, and whatnot. Always good idea to do a vinegar run and then a sacrificial alcohol run. Make sure everything's cleaned out of there, because some of those things like fluxes and whatnot can really make you sick.
It was amazing when I had my stainless steel column above the bubble plate and the onion, and then it goes right to the flagmator with the scrubbies in there, and I knew they'd be dirty. They were filthy, and so was the deflagmator. But when I looked in the column, the stainless steel column did not have a speck or discoloration of any kind. I was surprised at that. And then I got the 90-degree to come around. They were all clean too on the other side of the dick nozzle. So copper cleans it out.
Yeah.
I might have gone over a little bit on the sugar. I didn't measure it.
One job, Tater.
Yeah, well, it'll be just fine.
I bet it will. You're going to send some of that to all of us, right?
Sure.
Got to get Alvin to do a review.
Right? Who else is gonna man up and try to get Alvin to do a review of their stuff?
I actually have two I need to do. They're sitting on my bar right now.
You do quite a few reviews, Alan. Your channel's probably got quite a few going on, doesn't it? Are you getting a lot of views?
I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little nervous waiting for Alvin to do that review.
I like his reviews. I don't know. It's always interesting.
His
Maybe I
reviews are
got drunk and
interesting,
drank it
but
already.
this is
You
my
never know.
stuff he's reviewing, so.
No, I mean, he actually looks up the information, you know, on the brewery or the distillery, whatever it may be. But I don't guess he's going to review mine because he hasn't called me about my distillery or any of the ingredients used.
I guess
So,
you're
you know,
not, I guess you're not gonna review that beer I brought you. I thought you'd at least do
no,
that.
I am.
That
I'll tell you
oatmeal
what,
stout- That oatmeal stout's pretty good.
they're all good.
Yeah.
I've only had 2 out of there, but yeah, they're the 2 that I had, and one of them was the
That Astra,
yeah,
that's my
I
favorite.
had that and the oatmeal, and they were both excellent.
Yeah, I thought so. They got a
Yeah,
couple I don't
I'm,
really care for.
Alright.
Most of theirs are good.
I think that sugar's dissolved good enough, so now I'm just gonna spray the bottles with some stars, my buckets with some star sand. They've already
Tater,
been
where'd you
washed.
get that? Where'd you get that Taz bucket?
As bucket, I got that at TSC.
That's bad to the bone.
It was either TSC or Lowe's.
You
I
just,
love Taz, man. Everybody
those
loves
buckets,
Taz.
you just need to go to the hydrant outside the barn and just run the hose in there. That'll clean them out just fine.
Tater, when we go legal, Taz ain't gonna cut it, bro.
Huh?
When we go legal, Taz ain't gonna cut it.
Yeah, right. Oh, they don't like Taz?
We may have to put a Taz on the big one.
Y'all ain't legal? What?
Hey, I only got water.
Only illegal activity.
Only water, JC.
Oh, there's the prunes.
Yeah, we're just distilling water.
That is
I'm
exciting.
making wine right now.
Right.
Right.
You know, watching you pour them dead prunes in that bucket makes me wonder where I went wrong in life. I don't,
Ray, that wine's for the baptism down at the church, right?
yeah,
Of course.
First Baptist Bar and Grill.
that's funny. You've been there, haven't you?
My
I'll
wife's
start
uncle
going
was
to
a
your guys'
Baptist minister, so it must work.
So what
We're
kind of
back.
gravity you expecting out of here, Tater?
Yeah. I
70?
didn't guess. Sometimes I tend to redneck shit a little too much.
I resemble that remark.
Jim looks like.
Douglas
he can
Shannon
sell
says he's going to start a cherry bounce. He's got 70 pounds of tart
I'm
cherries.
just splitting this up between the two.
Who's got all those cherries?
Douglas Shannon.
Huh,
Shitload of
Cherry
cherries.
bounce
Nice.
sounds really good.
nice.
I'll be
I've only
back in a
did one
second,
thing
guys.
with
I got a
cherries.
problem.
All right. Yeah,
Uh-oh.
that's a problem. I got the same one.
See you in a minute, JC. Y'all, these mugs are awesome. Love these things.
So is David Banks getting one all by himself so far?
What it looks like.
Damn, that's just too easy. I'd have
I
my-
know, ain't nobody on the DT jumping in here and raising some hell against David.
You know what? We did promote it pretty hard. I get it that it's.
We have and we also have a viewer from Denmark. Finn Miller.
Nice.
Wow.
What's up, Denmark?
Holy cow, I haven't been paying attention.
Discouraged wants to know if you've ever ran a Casey, your favorite beer. I've never actually ran beer from a commercial beer, but
Actually, I had a good part of a 30 pack of some Bud Lights that somebody gave me that was setting out and got hot, and I ran it. It was all right.
I would be much more likely to drink it. personally.
Yeah, it was hot.
Has
It had been
Billy
hot.
played
and
like a
just
couple of months now?
dumped it and went.
The hops does change the flavor a little bit, makes it weird. But I didn't think it was terrible. I've run it.
Oh, there you
Bo
go.
wants to know
Gonna
if
finish
you've ever
rinsing the
tried
rest of the
Casey
sugar
or
out of this thing.
You should put molasses in there.
I think you need to take a big old pull off that bottle.
Yeah.
Huh?
What's it taste like?
Tastes like prune juice.
It might help you
You better
later.
drink on some of that, buddy.
Yeah.
You're getting kind of old anyway.
Yeah, Tomcat's got what, 3 years, 4 months, and 2 days left?
Yeah, basically.
That so much rubs it in all every damn
Hey,
day.
I want out. I've earned it. I'm ready to go off in the sunset and take Social Security. My goal is to be a drain on society for a change. We're gonna have a role reversal. You know,
I'm gonna start raising hell when I retire.
me too.
I mean, start.
Like I said,
I'm gonna start doing some
They're
illegal
gonna
shit
start
when I
killing
retire.
as we retire. So they're gonna start killing off all you guys you bring on society.
yeah, I just want to be a drain on society. Actually, I
Now,
may.
there's the thing I haven't told you guys,
What's that?
is that the distilling gnomes are gonna try using a thumper with this. With fresh plums in the thumper.
They kind
I
of
told him, I said, let's light a couple and see what Bill has to say.
a thumper. Now, is that a communist deal or is it what? That don't sound really very American. And the thumper.
What, the thumper?
Yeah,
Sounds like
I think it's a Yankee thing up north is what I think.
I was thinking maybe it was one of them liberal democratic things.
Could be. I don't know how. Oh, look at those prunes. This is exciting.
Easy
know
on
what?
the northern boys.
Hey, Tater, all kid aside, that'd probably be some really good hooch there.
Oh, hush, dog.
Got a lot of sugar. It just tastes like a brandy or a wine or something, I think.
Yeah.
Hey, he's just doing his own thing. He don't need my input.
I actually I've got a keg that I'm ready to make a thumper out of. Tom, you came and got the one. I give you a keg that I already had cut out, and the other one was set up for a boiler, but I'm going to go ahead and convert it to a thump.
Cool.
I want to start playing around with adding some fruit flavors to a already distilled spirit. Cut it down to 40% again, where it with water. I don't care if it pulls flavor out. I'm not looking for that flavor. I want the fruit to come through.
Right.
That's,
So
They're good.
that's
for
what
that.
I'm hoping happens. I'm gonna put some fresh plums in and with a little extra juice. And see how the flavor comes through.
Hey, Ray, what kind of yeast are you using with that? Douglas Shannon wants to know what kind of yeast you're using with that.
I'm gonna use Daddy. It's what I have on hand. Cause you see, when I was a complete newbie, I went and did stupid and bought a shit ton of Daddy. So now I have
And you still got it.
left.
Well, Ray, I don't know if it make you feel any better or not, but I had plans to do a blueberry mead, and I had the berries that were in the fridge. They needed to be used. I had the honey, and it was some that we had out here, that Carl and I had out in the shed, and it had already like crystallized the sugar, so I warmed it up. I had bought a yeast, and I was out here in the shed goofing around, and I was being a smart ass, and I was like, hey, yeah, I got this right here, and it went, and I couldn't find it. I still can't find it. It's out here in the shed somewhere. So I used Daddy with it, and I've got 2/5 of wine still in there, and it's pretty damn good with Daddy yeast. So
Yeah, I like
you'll be all right.
Daddy.
I'm not gonna lie, I tend to prefer using EC 1118
Yeah,
because it seems to keep a little more of the fruit flavor.
I like D70 or with D72, something like that. It really pulls the fruit flavor in.
There's D47 and 71B.
Yeah, 71B, that's it.
I heard 71B
Thanks,
is
JC.
really good for keeping fruit flavors.
I did some Red Star Baker's yeast. It wasn't terrible. I mean, it went fast, that's for sure. It smelled good.
All right. That's
It all
6
works.
gallons. 6 gallons and 6 pounds.
Okay.
When I first started, I bought a whole pound of Daddy yeast, and I thought I would probably never use it. And I finished it in less than a year. So,
Yeah, it usually
I
lasts me
literally
about a
bought
year.
4 pounds of Daddy yeast because it was on sale.
there you go.
Throw it in the freezer, it'll keep for a long time.
That's where it sits.
Well, there you go, man.
Yeah, I've got a
Douglas
barrel.
County Assessment
I don't
approved it,
think
like I
I
said,
will
Q1
ever run
23.
IUDs.
It's been waiting to run for a while. Week
Right,
or
you
so.
guys really wanna know what the gravity is, we can check it.
I never
Yeah.
checked mine. Yeah, Wayne wants to know.
Mine need to know.
Wiring minds wanna know, alright.
Hey, have any of you guys ever used figs or dates? You ever work with figs or dates?
Trail,
No.
there it
I
is.
haven't either. Mo asked that question earlier. I've never used them.
I think dates are like just one of the most suitable fruits there is. Either figs or dates, one of the
I
two. I've
think
looked
dates
it
is
up.
what I heard.
Mo, the plums, they were just store-bought plums. Whatever I could get my hands on. I'm in the middle of New York State, they're not easy to come by.
His friends at the
Ooh,
Opal.
damn. That's good right there, y'all.
Good, I'm glad people hate me.
What wash is that, Wayne?
It's 100% corn.
Okay.
Yeah, it's done. It's ready to run. I just ain't had time to do it. I might do it in the morning if I can get up early enough. Beat the
Are you
heat.
gonna convert it, run it? Are you
I have two things to run. I'm gonna run one of them tomorrow. I haven't decided which one I'm gonna do first, but
Here you go, buddy. There, Alvin.
Cool. Let's see all the stickers, Wayne. Let's see the stickers.
Do what?
Let's see the stickers.
I don't know. Just it
No,
felt like a
look-
thing to do.
I want to see them.
Oh, all right. Here we go. Let me turn the camera around the other way, make it easier. So this one right here, this came to me from a good friend of mine in Kansas, along with that one. And then that one, he's got it for his avatar. Good sticker. Crisis Brewing, that's a local brewery here, one of my favorite breweries. There's another one of their oh, hold on. There's another one of their stickers right there. And then this is an asshole group that's on YouTube.
Mason jar misfits.
Try to avoid these
tramp
guys. They don't know shit.
Bad influence. They're real bad influence.
They are 575 Brewing out of New Mexico. And then this was a sticker my brother gave me. It's one of his favorite musicians, and there's OU. And then there's some crazy Kentucky shit going on
Well,
there.
we're at 1.010.
Wow.
1.010.
I
That's
bet
a little
Mo
higher
Riggin
than I
has
would have
it.
liked, but it'll work.
There we go. There, guys.
Amen.
Right? Billy the Kid, little outlaw shit there. Anyway, yeah, so Fat Sally, she gets new tattoos all the time. She's a tattoo
That
whore.
room eventually. Does the heat ever peel them off?
Do what?
Has the heat ever made them peel off?
No,
Oh, cool.
I'm
No,
surprised,
not at all.
actually. I always wondered about that.
no, don't hurt him a bit.
Now that I've seen what you got, I have one I want to send you. I got one in mind for you.
All right. We're gonna throw in some pectic enzyme because I want to help break down that solid fruit a little bit. And then I'm gonna throw in a little yeast nutrient. Don't usually use yeast nutrient, but I'm gonna use it. This is a complete experiment. We're gonna find out how this works.
All right.
Cool.
Let's see, directions on the package read half a teaspoon per gallon. Since there's about 3 gallons in each bucket. 3 in each bucket.
Measuring that out real good. Don't just be half-assing it.
Yeah. no
Yeah.
But you gotta half-ass it or it ain't no fun.
Oh,
One job, Ray.
you seem pretty happy about all of this, Ray. You must be drinking today.
Well, it is Sunday after all.
Well, that's what I was thinking. I've been a little plugged in myself. I think JC may be on something there.
Besides, I'm
Hey,
kind of used
boy.
to you guys.
Any day ends in Y.
That's my look at it.
Stay away from that devil's lettuce, Tom.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that, never. Not. yeah.
Right. That devil's lettuce is bad shit, y'all.
I'm sorry, that was, the pectic enzyme was half a teaspoon per gallon. Yeast
Okay.
nutrient is a teaspoon per gallon, so we're gonna use 3 teaspoons of that.
Oh, it's nice that you know that. I grab a handful each and just throw them in there, stir. But I'm not as organized as you are. 3.
Alvin, what you got brewing right now?
Actually, I have nothing that's working. It's all waiting to be run. I did my last, I had a 40-gallon batch of UJSM.
Oh, cinnamon
Did my
shine
last
yum.
shipping run yesterday.
Yeah.
I have,
same here. I
have
got
2
nothing.
batches of
Everything I got's
cognac
ready.
to run.
So Alvin, what's your stockpile of booze you got right now on hand?
Stockpile of what?
Booze, liquor.
I'd have to get back to
No,
you on
hold
that.
back.
200
know, it's in the
gallons, I'd
gallons.
say. About 200 gallons of run jars and shit, you know.
I have a couple gallons of rum and I have a couple gallons of corn liquor and
Hey,
other stuff that's aging and various stages of this and that.
Well,
I'm gonna-
thanks, Mo. I had to have a little fun trying to experiment live.
So, Tom, what I heard is he's got about 15 gallons of shit agent.
Basically,
God, I hope he's not aging shit.
I have found out if you can hold off more than
You know, we
11,
did try a dog food experiment because of him.
Right.
you know,
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna ferment some freaking dog food and send him a jar in the mail.
no.
I am telling you, brother, you are not gonna wanna do that.
No, that's a bad idea.
That was some of the worst smelling shit.
So, I talked to Alvin and I had, you know, we kind of come to this
I'm
idea.
surprised my wife didn't kick my ass out of the house.
No,
I was cooking that on the kitchen stove, not out in the shine shed.
I had this
Did it
idea
smell
because
bad?
Wayne's green shit he made with Lucky Charms. Like, you know, I like Count Chocula. I used to. as a
Mixing this
kid.
up good too, so it aerates the mash a little bit, the wash, wart, must, whatever the hell you wanna call it.
You're fucking up my Count Chocula.
Sugar
story.
water.
So I thought, hey, I'm gonna
He's
get
needs
some.
the oxygen.
See, you're doing prunes and I'm doing Count Chocula. Well, the difference is they only make Count Chocula in all their monster cereals 3 months out of the year, and this ain't one of them. So
Now,
I gotta
according to the directions,
get it.
we're supposed to give this 30 minutes before I add the yeast, so we'll give that a few minutes. I'm gonna throw the lid on the buckets to keep them, anything odd from getting into it. And I'm gonna sit down and have a drink with you guys.
I like watching you work, Ray.
Thank God somebody likes it. We can tell you're a supervisor.
Well, we'll have to work on that one. I ain't much of a supervisor. I'm pretty much kind of a slack ass. I just lay back and let everybody go.
There you go.
I don't believe you, Wayne.
Yeah, hell, as long as you're making good liquor, I don't care.
Hey, Wayne.
Yes,
Just
sir.
gotta give that
Is that,
30 minutes, so.
Discourage says that the dog food is mostly grains anyway, so you should do it.
Right. That's what I've been saying. There's a lot of
Guess
corn in
what?
dog food.
Dinskirk, guess what? I tried it.
All right, so
There's a
here's the
lot
deal.
more fat in that than you realize.
There is a lot of fat in that. So my thing is you need to boil it first, let it
Oh,
cool,
That's all.
and
the
then
flavor.
scoop the fat off the top when it's cooled and throw it away.
It was like gravy. There was that much fat in that.
Oh, that sounds bad.
It does
I
sound
can't
bad.
believe you
terrible.
actually even
It
did it.
was absolutely terrible. I did not want to test the gravity. I didn't think I could get the grease off my hydrometer.
Dang. It's good for their coats. See? Yeah.
Hey, admit when
I
I
love
do
to see the
dumbass
look on your
shit.
wife's face when you did that.
So you guys don't have to do it.
Thank you, buddy. And
I'm gonna do it anyway,
Tom,
probably.
you're just grateful I didn't send you some.
I think we should just forget about this whole dog food idea.
You keep bringing it up, Tom, so it makes me want to do it.
Because that's when I really got to know Ray was a shit starter, because he was gonna make me drink that damn dog shine. And not the good kind either.
Dog food does have a lot of corn in it, Tom.
Well, yeah, that's the joke, isn't it? It does have a lot of other nasty shit in it too that wouldn't distill, I wouldn't think. I wouldn't want that grease in my still.
I think I'll make a batch and bring it to our first gathering.
Hey, Ray, you could get canned dog food. It'd be
I'll stop.
sure low fat or something high
Bolo,
dollar. You know.
Bolo bourbon.
My wife commented on the dog food thing. She says it sucked and really smelled terrible.
You mentioned that a few times. It must have been bad.
Did you actually taste it, Ray?
No, I did not. I was
Oh, come
not
on,
that
dude.
brave that day.
Really?
Yep, really.
All right, whatever.
So, Wayne made
It's
that
up to
next
you,
song.
brother. You can do all you want. Come on,
This girl
pound the
says
dog
that,
food, a gallon of water.
This guy says that dog shine is like a Chinese moonshine.
Yeah.
That's what you call desperation moonshine right there, if you actually try to
Oh
ferment
boy,
that
that'd be
stuff.
bad. Well, that or the only thing in that same category would be like prune juice. I think that too.
Hey, my wife just posted, she says, please don't give him any more dog food ideas.
Hey, seriously, you don't think about like Alpo or Strong Heart, some of them chunky ones that come in a can, you know?
No, you can't use canned food. That's definitely too wet, too greasy.
No, you don't know if you
You
don't.
gotta use dry food. That's where all the corn is.
That's probably true. That's true. Well, we'll just call it a failure and close the file then.
Quitters.
Yeah.
They can hang a chicken in top of a steel. You can do dog food.
All right. All right. So
They do that.
Yeah, but at least you
I
can
am-
still eat the chicken, JC.
Yeah, the
I
only time
really
is-
do want to do the mezcal. My problem is finding some freaking the agave. You know, I got
yeah,
a
right.
buddy out. I got a buddy out in Arizona. I can go out there and get them, but that's road trip. You know, and
Well, you
it
did
fuel
road trip.
fuel at 4 something a gallon. It's kind of hard to do a road trip to Arizona.
Man, I come see you right at the right time. It was only $3.50 a gallon back then.
Yeah. Well, maybe you all ought to just meet up with me here and we'll just take off and go.
Go to New Mexico.
That sounds like a plan. I know I can get
You
away
know,
with.
to get me excited about tequila again, it would take Alvin buying some Pepe Lopez and doing a review drinking it, because he drinks this stuff he reviews and tell me what he really thinks.
I
And
mean,
that might put me in the mood to go back to New Mexico.
yeah, I'm looking forward to actually I do want to go back out and see my buddy in New Mexico or in Arizona and get some of those. There's different agave. You can use a ton of different agave to make mezcal.
Blue is the best though, right? Blue is what you really want.
Well, that's what they use to make tequila.
Ah,
even supposedly where the agave grow will affect the flavor of them.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so there's places in Mexico where mezcal is known, from, and there's some good mezcal, and I like mezcal better than tequila, but that's just me.
right. All righty then. New Mexico or bust.
Tequila, I mean, mezcal's some good shit. You just, gotta get the good stuff.
Right, same with tequila, the cheap shit's no good, except for.
Exactly. Same
Local-
with
Well, it's
moonshine.
also with mezcal, you don't have those, you don't have the rules around it like you do with tequila.
Right.
Tequila, I mean, that's really tightly guarded to be able to call
Well,
it tequila and sell it
all
as
right.
tequila.
To me, it's kind of like with the wine industry. You got Pinot grapes, you got Cab grapes, and then all the wine is great. But then you got these country wines, peach wine, strawberry wine, and all these other wines that are made from fruit, and they're awesome, but they get overlooked because they're not,
you're right, Wayne.
they're not the
Same way with
thing.
beers too. If you go back a couple hundred years before the beer laws were passed, they used to use all sorts of things to bitter the beer.
Yeah.
And they get all sorts of different flavors and they put fruit in it and everything else. Now it's so regulated, you don't get to experiment anymore.
Right.
Well, sometimes I drink Crown Royal straight out of the bottle.
No more questions, guys, from viewers or?
Oh, nothing yet. They're just still talking. David Banks is talking about using s'mores cereal to make a shine.
Well, that's an idea.
Awesome.
I've heard of that.
This sounds pretty good, actually.
Do it, David.
What kind of cereal?
S'mores.
More.
Oh yeah.
I want to do Count Chocula.
I'm still thinking, yeah, exactly. Count Chocula and Blueberry.
Yeah.
Well, so guys, I'm thinking about the all grain versions of these things, going to the brew shop, the home brew store, and picking out some malted grains that are along those lines, like marshmallow and chocolate, and doing a mash. What do y'all think about that?
Give it a shot, brother.
See,
They
I
toast.
can't quite taste those flavors really. The Left Hand Brewing S'mores beer was good, and I could kind of taste the marshmallow in that.
Wayne, you should
But I
make,
could not taste the chocolate at all. It tasted kind of more like a
Right.
coffee to me.
honestly, you should make Frankenberry. I think that'd be good for you, Wayne.
Frankenberry.
What is it, Tom?
Frankenberry.
Frankenberry.
You should, yeah.
So,
That was
Tim
blueberry,
Mill
right?
wants to know who's the
No,
craziest.
strawberry.
I'd have to take the Frankenberry to New York and run it through Frankenstein.
Well,
Who asked the question, Alvin?
I have room if you got a camper.
Finn Mill asked us who's the craziest.
Who's the craziest of the crazy?
What is
man?
it?
Finn Mill, he asked us who's the craziest.
Oh, geez.
Craziest.
That's a good.
Yeah,
deal.
who's the craziest?
I think we're all pretty well even on that one.
Yeah, I can't.
Yeah,
Their own,
ain't nobody right here.
and their
I
own
live in the
crazy
South
ways.
without an air conditioner. Does that top everybody else?
Yeah, you got me beat, Jay.
Yeah, I'd say that's pretty crazy.
It sounded good at the time.
You know, whoever asked the
You
question.
still got a lot of sunshine there, JC.
Yeah, it's going down, but yep.
Yeah, it's a little darker here. I'm sitting in the shed, but it was raining outside, so
Second,
thought, wait,
second place
look
is
at out
pretty
here.
close. We're all.
It's actually really nice here at the moment.
It ain't bad here. I'm living it. It'll be all right.
We're hot.
David Banks, if you want to know how much cereal you use per gallon, do yourself a favor. All right, get 1 gallon of water, put 1 pound of cereal in it, heat it up and get it all dissolved good. Break it down, and then test the gravity. Then you'll be able to figure out how much cereal per gallon you need to use. All right,
That's pretty
real
good.
simple way to figure it out. Okay.
Yeah, thanks. That's good.
Whatever the gravity you get for 1 pound of cereal per gallon, if you want 0.090, just do the math and you'll be able to figure it out. No problem.
That sounds like a huge advantage for people that measure the gravity at the beginning. That'd be great. Me, I'll get 6 or 8 boxes and smash them up in a 5-gallon bucket with my bare foot or something and throw it in there.
You know, there's a,
And,
when we're talking about gravity, that brings up a good point. For those that are doing sugar washes, I mean, with all grains, you can hit a high gravity, but you're going to work your ass off to get it. With sugar washes, you can hit that high gravity, but I've seen people, try to push the mark and really run that gravity up at like, 1.1 and higher. And you're going to risk pH crash. Your yeast are going to stall out. You got to have the enzymes right, or not the enzymes. You got to have the nutrients right. Everything's got to be right for those yeasts, and you're pushing them to their limit. And just like people, when you push us too far, you ain't gonna get nothing but shit. So, take it easy on your yeast and do two washes instead of one big one.
When I took that grape concentrate, I put too much granulated sugar in there with it. I shouldn't have. I underestimated how much sugar was in the concentrate, and it crashed. It had problems and never did very good. So I'd like to try that again if I do another sugar wash. Is that
I think
white grape concentrate? It smelled great.
Yeah, that's good stuff. I think inverting the sugar is a big point too. That it really helps the ferment. It makes it easier on the yeast, and you get a better tasting product in the end. And that's what we all really are after, right?
Right. Yeah. Well, live and learn. I probably will try it again. It does taste good, or smell good anyway.
Yeah, I think the white grape stuff, I've used it a lot in wines that I use, and it's really good stuff.
The key thing of it is concentrate, because it's pretty concentrated. So I think like 1 or 2 cans for 5 gallons. I mean, it wasn't very much.
Right.
Yeah, that's cool.
Hey, Wayne, when you did your sugar washes with cereal, how much cereal did you use with yours? Like the shredded wheat, how many pounds of cereal did you use per?
I used I had a 5-gallon bucket, and I had 3 boxes. Oh, sorry, 3 boxes of shredded wheat, and I think I used 6 pounds of sugar.
Oh wow! And
so I mean, I had a 5-gallon bucket, so I went 4 gallons of water, 6 pounds of sugar, and 3 boxes of cereal.
Okay.
And I think I come out like at a 65, 68, somewhere in there. I don't remember.
Yeah, so you did about 60% cereal compared to water. So
yeah, that's where your flavor comes in, Alvin. Using the right amount of flavoring grain or whatever it is you're using, whether it be cereal or whatever, getting that ratio right to get the flavor to come across is that 3 boxes was about right.
Boxes are what, around 14 ounces, aren't they?
Yeah, I think so, Ray.
what was the one cereal you did, Wayne, with the marshmallow? It was the cereal with marshmallows.
Lucky Charms.
Lucky Charms, that's it. Yes.
Hold on. Lucky Charms, boys.
How is it?
Lucky. Actually, it ain't bad. The oats really come through. Even though it is a cereal, a breakfast cereal, it is made from oats, and that oat flavor carries through.
Awesome.
I can't taste any of the marshmallow, or it to me it tastes like a whiskey. It's a little different. You'd be like, what the hell is it? Give me no sip.
what do you think the most oats you can use in a mash is, man?
Oh shit, JC. I've
I've got a lot of problems.
a lot of times I'll only use 6 or 8%. But you use more, it can get difficult. They get really thick and gummy. I think that's where that Viscoseb enzyme, that other liquid enzyme. James, I think you've got some of that.
Yep, on accident I did.
I think that's where that comes in with oats, with rye, with wheat, anything that's a high glucan grain. It helps to break that down and thin it out and make it a little easier to work with.
Once the
I've
wheat,
got
had a
all those
mouthfeel.
enzymes. All I've got is the powdered stuff, and honestly, it's crap. So,
once the wheat in the area starts coming off, I'm gonna get some, and I'm gonna keep my eyes open. There was a couple farmers last year selling rye, so I'm gonna get a bushel of wheat and a bushel of rye.
It'll be good.
right?
Honestly, James, I don't have a whole lot of trouble with wheat as long as I'm not doing like I do the 70-30 wheat and corn. So it's 70% corn and 30% wheat. And I don't have a trouble with it at all.
Wheat's
But
got a higher
if you
diastatic
go
power than
around 40 or
the barley, doesn't it, Wayne?
do what?
Wheat has a higher diastatic power than the barley.
It does actually. The malted wheat does have a higher diastatic power by a few points. And wheat is, if you're looking for something to make a softer spirit, a smoother spirit, throw some wheat, throw some oats in there, give those a go.
What about white versus red wheat?
Red wheat is a little bolder flavor. It's a little stronger flavor. I've done them both. I did a vodka with red wheat, and it was pretty cool. Like I said, it had a lot more flavor than it would have had if I'd have used white wheat.
A lot of the folks that sell grain online like to seem to have more red than white. I've noticed more common.
Yeah, I think red wheat would be a really beneficial for a whiskey.
I could see that.
Oil Logan. Does anybody mess with glycerins for finishing?
Yeah.
Nope.
I tried it a couple times. It really didn't impress me a whole lot, so I just stopped. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Let these guys know check out.
And then Wayne said no. What about you other guys?
I wouldn't.
I use alcohol and water.
Yeah, I'm not a glycerin guy.
I've also heard people put sugar in it or honey.
Right,
You guys, I
honey's
guess
really
I guess I'm gonna take off, man.
All right.
All right. We'll
Hey,
see you,
James, it
James.
was good seeing
See
you,
you,
brother.
Ray.
Yeah, good seeing you guys. I'll good to you.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.
Let us know how your plum wash goes.
Wrong person.
Gone.
And James is gone. Oh,
I've
wow.
heard of people using glycerin for mouthfeel and stuff like that. I've never done it, but I would just say use oats. Oats work wonders for mouthfeel, I think.
It does that for sure, JC.
I tried it a couple times when I was first starting out, and I guess maybe it helped a little bit, but it wasn't something that I could notice.
Right. I know.
Yeah, I mean, I think you can
I'm
do the
not gonna
same
waste my
thing with
time
a,
continuing to do it.
I think you can do about the same thing with a tablespoon of sugar if you wanted to
I've
really
with that,
soften something down.
Yeah,
I've been using honey, and that honey tastes real good in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Tom, did you have any problems keeping the honey suspended in the water, or did you have a problem with it separating?
And I mean, it just worked like a champ. I just
Or did you drank it too fast that you didn't notice?
No, it's still there. I mean, that I showed you, what you saw tonight, it has honey in it. No, I just stir it in there real good and throw in my wood chips and let it settle down. I haven't had any problems.
I've tried it a
Why have
couple
you?
times and it always settles at the bottom. I don't know what I'm doing
Yeah.
wrong.
That's what I'm wondering, if it would settle out.
I'll look
Here's a
and see.
question, just because, you know, you guys have had different experiences with it. What ABV are you mixing the honey in at? Josh, I know you tend to like around 120, 130. Tom, what
I
you
always
mixing
shoot
it
for
at?
90. That's what I like. And so
What'd you mix it in at, JC?
I did probably 120 the first time and it settled to the bottom. I did one recently and it was 120, but I made a simple syrup out of it, you know, honey and water, boiled it together, poured it in, settled to the bottom.
Hmm.
Now when it was all mixed together, it was probably more around 86, I think
Yeah.
it was.
Yeah, once you added the water, the simple syrup
Right.
diluted it.
how much do you put in?
Because I saw where Pat Devine did one recently, and that's what got me interested in trying it again. I don't know if he's if it just worked out for him or he's kind of filtering it or what.
I didn't notice. I must have missed that comment.
But this last time I did 12. I was going for it was the shine itself was honey wheat, so I was trying to I was going for more of I did 12 ounces of honey, 8 ounces of water to a half gallon. And it just settled to the bottom.
No kidding. I was wondering if maybe the lower proof being having more water in it is
Right.
what kept it suspended, you know?
Like I
Water
said, I
def-
think it works great, and mine's
And
lower.
you
'Cause
mixed it with water, JC, so it's.
and-
Yeah,
And so
Hey,
like,
JC, how long did it take yours to settle out? Was it something that happened over a week or a couple weeks?
No, it was just the first few days it was kind of cloudy, and I was like, well, you know, it'll be all right. Then 3 or 4 days later, it all sank. It's clear as a bell now, but you just got this fucking
Yeah, you see the honey at the bottom?
right.
got a heavy layer of honey across the bottom or something, huh?
I'm sure it tastes great. I mean, I'll damn sure drink it, but if you're trying to,
Fruity Pebbles.
You're
well,
trying to impress somebody, it may not with that layer on the bottom.
Right.
my oldest one's about 6 weeks old, and it seems okay. I drank some today; it was good. So, I mean, I don't. Maybe I'm not putting as much honey in or something. I only put 3 tablespoons in for a quart
right.
in my wood chips.
mean-
How much did you use, JC? Tomcat used 3 tablespoons to a quart. What'd you use?
I used one of those honey bears, 12 ounces for a half gallon, but I was going for strong honey.
So 6 ounces to a quart. That
Right.
might be the difference.
Right.
The extra 3 ounces isn't dissolving in.
In mine, it just takes a little bit of the edge off the alcohol taste, and I can sort of barely taste it, and it tastes good. But the French oak has its own taste with it too. It's kind of a complicated taste.
French oak, yeah, I want to try some of that in some of my brandy one of these days.
But yeah,
that
I was
French oak's
I
really
was
the shit.
following Pat Devine's recipe. He
Right.
posted it on
Here,
the
baby.
Distilling Tradition. It was
You wanna do one?
what we got there.
This is my grandson.
Hey, who we got there? Hey, little buddy.
All right.
Is that the real ringleader?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, he just brought me a card.
Oh,
Hold on.
For all the times you've been there, for all the times you've cared, for all those times, and so much more. Thank you. Oh wow. There's yeah, this is from my daughter and my grandson there. There's a lot more there than
Yeah, you
that I can
probably-
read, but anyway, yeah, that was sweet.
Let's go check the pool real quick.
So.
That sounds funny.
all right.
So I've got my official George Cassidy glass here,
Good old George.
and I'm gonna. I know I sampled it last week for the video, but
It must be the Applewood.
that's the Applewood Tomcat.
That's what I figured. Yeah, I'll try
That's good
some.
stuff. I had a great day that day. Tom
That's
came
fun.
out. Him and his wife, Lynn, they sat out here in the shed. It wasn't overly hot at the time. First part of June, wasn't too bad. We sit out here and we purified some water and had a good conversation and
Yeah.
good
I
time.
like purified water.
Hey, this is some pretty good water. Thanks, Tom.
What do we got there?
See how clear it is? I mean, maybe you can see.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
here's the bottom.
Oh, hell. Hold on. I'm gonna show you mine. Hold on.
it definitely did settle out hard, didn't it?
Right?
Let's see that again, JC. I can't see that. I missed that. Oh, hey, yeah, I see it in the bottom. Yeah.
It's
Hey,
some
is that a cinnamon stick in the middle, or is that like oak?
it's got oak and vanilla bean. I basically followed Pat Devine's recipe to a letter. I don't know if he filtered his out or I just fucked up or what.
So what you see in the very bottom there is the wood chips that are still in there,
Right?
but there's no separation. And this is about 6 weeks old. That's just some of my Uncle Jesse's that I just,
So I wonder if there is a limit to how much the honey can dissolve in the liquor. There's probably
That's
a
a good
magic number
question.
though.
ooh,
It
Like
might
I
be
said-
the issue. I mean, they've got 3
Well,
ounces
crazy
difference
Nate
in
needs to
honey
discover
between the
that.
2 of them, so.
Yeah.
Pat
One
Devine,
of the crazy eight
Devine
needs to
posted a
discover the answer to
recipe.
that question.
What was that, JC? Pat Devine, what?
Yeah, he posted a recipe on Distilling Tradition a while back, and his was like 60 ounces of 120, and he did like a cup and a half of honey, and he showed it, and it looked great. So I don't know if he filtered it out or
you should
what.
ask him, because I didn't do nothing but stir mine in. And
That's so that's another question, JC. So even though it's settled out, can you still taste the honey in the liquor if you don't mix it up and you just drink what's on top?
I haven't tried it. I mean, I'm sure you can. You can definitely smell it.
I'm wondering if it still has some dissolved in it and only the extra has settled out to the bottom.
I know, like that drink I just took, I could taste the wood, but I can also taste the real light honey in there. It's good. And
All you smell is honey. Let's see. It's for science. We'll see for science.
it is Sunday.
What about swallow the oak chip?
I need to
I
filter
think
mine out.
I'll think about a quarter vanilla bean would be really good in this.
I bet.
No, you can taste it. That's good, but it's just fucking dirty as shit.
Yeah,
That's
that's
good.
one you just drink yourself and not show anybody.
Right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
Mo
don't
was
feel
thinking
bad,
trying to
JC. I got a
filter the
banana.
honey.
My banana brandy looks the same way.
That's good.
I think I'm gonna age my banana brandy on Applewood too.
It
I
is
told you.
clear as hell, except for that bottom layer of
Yep.
just light sludge across the bottom from
How old is
macerating
it?
the bananas in there.
Filter it through a vanilla coffee filter and just let it drip.
Ah, hell no, I just shake it up and drink it because it's mine anyway.
I must be lucky.
There you
'cause mine
go.
turned out
You can do that
looking
too.
good, looking good and tasting good.
I
But
do
the
want to
banana
try one of
sauce, God, it
those.
smells so good.
How'd you cut the bottom off of your wine bottle, Wayne, for the filter?
All right, so I use a regular glass cutter and scored it, and then you after you score it, you tie a string around it, or you can do a pot of boiling water. You get it really a pot of boiling water, and you dip that thing down in the boiling water up to the line that you cut, and then pull it out and stick it in cold water, and it'll just snap off.
So glass cutter, is that like from your bank robbing days or what?
Eh,
Who was glass
Yeah,
cutter?
honestly, hold on. Damn it.
Glass cutters, diamond drill bits and all kinds of
I'm
stuff.
starting to get scometers in here. What the hell?
I don't see it. I don't know where it's at right now. But yeah, so the wife's got a glass cutter thing that you can slip a bottle on and just spin it. It just scores a groove.
Right.
You can do it with a scribe, you can do it with whatever.
You do it with a hammer.
Barrett said he used a Dremel.
You can do it with a Dremel.
Just
But
don't-
That I
you can
got.
actually buy kits like that on like Amazon for making cups and stuff. There's
Yeah.
out of wine glasses or wine bottles. You can make cups out of wine bottles and stuff.
Yeah, so I take my the Magnum wine bottle, cut the bottom out of it. I put a couple cotton balls in the neck, put activated carbon, aquarium carbon in it, set it over a gallon jug, and when I get some tails, I take and I filter those tails through that carbon.
What's
And
tails? You mean
Huh?
backing? You mean
I
backing?
mean,
Yeah, back.
tails, backings, you know it, JC. I polish them. Before I put them back in my still. Why not? Carbon's cheap. Don't cost me no time. I dump it in it and let it filter it off.
How many times does the carbon last?
I can do, I don't know, about 2 cups of carbon, and I can do about a gallon and a half before it, quits being effective.
Right.
All right, I'm throwing my yeast in.
All right, when you're done, I want to say something to you.
What we got going on there, Ray?
Oh, it's time to throw the yeast in, so I'm mixing my yeast in.
You do a starter or you just pitching?
Now I'm just pitching it. I've never had to worry about a starter. I've never had an issue. Especially with Daddy, it always seems to take off, no problem.
Yeah, Daddy takes off quick.
I did starters at like the very beginning when I made wine and
Yeah.
stuff. I really don't see any point in it.
No, it's okay. It just, you don't need it. I mean, if you get the water right and everything, temperature and all, shit, it'll go.
As long as you oxygenate it.
I do, however, believe in aerating the heck out of the wort.
Aerate the shit out
Whatever.
of it. Aerate the piss out of it. Makes a big difference.
Yeast.
Using this tool my friend gave me is really really bubbles it up pretty good. I'm gonna have to get a picture of you guys. It's amazing. So, hey, speaking of which, I actually have some stuff I gotta do outside before dark. I've got to go feed my dog and a couple
Them
things.
cows will be fine, Tom.
Those damn things. They want their 6:30 is when they want me. They don't take no excuses.
You need to start putting A1 on their food or something.
Their ass is mine. I've had them a month now. And
Get
I was
that
looking
flavor
at
in the
them,
meat, huh?
oh, they're getting wild. They're starting
Right.
to fatten up. I give them corn every morning. So, and then when I get done with this last mash, the one I'm working on now, that's going out there. They can eat that too. Give them a little buzz. You know, it took
Yeah.
a little bit to get used to it. At first they didn't want it, then they come back and ate every bite. So,
They got
Happy
hooked.
grazing right there.
well, they ain't the smartest, but you know. So anyhow, hate to cut and run on you guys. I'm gonna have to head out.
Later,
All right.
TK.
I enjoyed it.
See you,
Ray.
Tommy.
I'm
brother.
using star sand in my airlocks because it's what's handy. Normally I just use water.
Tell Ray
All
goodbye.
right, so you getting fancy on us now, right? You using
Right.
star sand.
I was just too lazy to go back in the house.
I'd show you my airlock on this corn mash, but it'd gross y'all out. It's got bugs all up in it.
Better than in the mash.
Well, that's the thing. It ain't in my mash. That
So-
airlock's there for a reason.
Yep.
If I use the airlock, depending on what fermenter I'm using, I don't put anything in it for the first 2 or 3 days.
Yeah.
I don't always use an airlock. Depends on how big of a batch I'm doing.
All
I've got
my
17-gallon garbage can I use for when I'm doing 15-gallon mashes. Obviously, I'm not using an airlock on that, but
yeah, all my fermenters are 15 gallons, just there above, right in there. And but yeah, but airlocks. I've got airlocks on. Well, I got 2 from Alvin, and I should have just not put an airlock on the one I did. But anyway, they don't seal up, but they're 2 of my favorite fermenters to use because they're a little bit. I think they hold a little bit more than the other 2.
Wayne,
But anyway,
Wayne,
yeah,
you know those bungs you put in the hole that you put your airlock in? You can buy a solid
Yeah.
one. Yeah, you can buy them that are solid that don't have a hole in them.
Right.
Oh,
They
yeah.
got a hole drilled. That would seal it
Pump
up for
doesn't
you.
have a hole in it.
Right. Yeah. I just put an airlock in it, and anyway, with water in it, and throw it on, and that's all right. But yeah, I love those fermenters. They're great. I've got four now, and so I can get some ferments going, and
I want to get myself a bigger fermenter. I do.
Yeah.
I gotta see if I can find a barrel. Cause I got a 40-gallon boiler that one of our DT members I got it from. And I gotta give it a try one of these days. So in order to do that, I need a bigger fermenter to fill that thing. So
yeah.
Yep.
I I can only Sally, she'll hold about 25 gallon, 26 gallon. These 15-gallon fermenters work out great for her. I throw one of them in and run it.
Those used plastic barrels are getting a little bit hard to come by, Ray. If you see one like on Marketplace, you should
Yeah.
grab
Yeah.
one.
I have a hard time finding
They're all
food
being
grade
recycled.
ones. I can't seem to find the food grade ones anywhere near me. I can find ones like I'm using for my cooling water. I've got
Yeah.
simple green barrels for my cooling water, which,
Yeah.
that's fine. But I certainly wouldn't want to put a mash in it.
I bought some that had like molasses or something in them. I had to wash them out. real good.
Molasses, olive oil, something like that, yeah. But
Yeah.
Yeah. I got
I
2
can't seem to
that
find them anywhere near me.
I got 2 that had ibuprofen shipped in them.
I'm gonna have to break down and spend the money and buy a brand new one.
Yeah. The last time I bought the used ones, the guy told me he couldn't get any more, that what he had was the last of them, that they
Oh,
were all
okay.
being refurbished. They were actually going back to the manufacturer, being refurbished and sold as new.
Wow.
Wow.
I mean, I know a lot of people stress over that, and for good reason, I guess, but a lot of plastic, whether you think it or not, is basically food grade. I mean, the trash
Yeah,
can,
yeah.
Well,
the trash can I got is number 5, and that's food grade.
That is a good point, JC. They're you're not reaching a mash generally over 10% alcohol anyway. So it ain't gonna really do a whole hell of a lot.
Right. My only concern with used barrels is what was in them previously,
Right.
and whether or not I can get them clean enough to use them for a mash.
Exactly.
Simple green is supposed to be non-toxic, but I sure as hell don't want to put my mash in it.
Right.
God, I can't imagine how nasty that would taste.
Yeah, that might not be good. I actually bought one of those old school mops, that's made to use with a bucket. I
Yeah,
bought one of those to clean the barrels out with, so I had a long handled, with a mop head on the end of it that I could clean them out with, because I couldn't reach the bottom of them.
oh, there you go.
I mean,
So,
I think any
sorry,
of
I was
those
gonna say-
Lowe's buckets are fine, even though people freak out over those. Lowe's and Home Depot buckets, those are fine.
Yep.
Yep.
I use them all the time.
They've got the same freaking, what is it, HDP or whatever, It's fucking
Yeah.
HDPE barrels, yeah, and buckets.
It's fucking brew buck. I bought a little one for a 2-gallon one for wine the other day from Ace Hardware for like $5, and it had the same fucking thing as my one I'd bought years ago for $17 off Amazon.
Oh yeah, I get my buckets at Tractor Supply and Lowe's. They have HDPE buckets, and they're only like $5 for a 5-gallon bucket.
Yeah, the prices went
Yeah,
up
if
on
you go
those.
to, huh?
The prices went up on them damn buckets.
Oh, did they? I haven't checked it in a couple months.
Well, I mean, I was buying them for $3 and change, and now they're over $5.
Yep.
Oh no shit.
Hey,
And then the
Wayne.
lid separate.
Hey, Wayne, when you, with your fermenters, what did you use to make them airtight? So you could use an airlock with them? Was that a rubber band or I forgot what you told me you used.
All right, so yeah, what I had done was I took a strip of, I had these big rubber bands that we get at work. So I took a strip of that and I laid it in the groove and then put the seal on top of it, which in turn made the seal thicker.
Yeah,
And then
just
when I
made
put
it
the
just a
band on,
fraction of an inch thicker.
yeah, when I put the band on, it sealed up.
Oh, cool idea. I can get some pretty big rubber bands from work.
Yeah, hold on a second.
They actually are in there for the weld wire. Holy cow, that's bigger than the one I can get. That's a rubber band.
You know what that looks like, Wayne? That looks like those, have you ever seen those exercise bands that they use for rehab facilities and stuff?
Yeah.
That's about what those look like. And I know it's not what they are, but that's what it looks like.
Yeah, they work real good for sealing up around those lids. If you want, Alvin, I've still got your condenser boxed up in there. I'll throw a rubber band in there if you want one or two.
I actually don't have anything to use it with at the moment. I might buy another barrel, but I don't have anything to use it with at the moment.
All right.
I got
What were
grains in
those,
all mine. I
what
have
were those
several hundred
gaskets
pounds of
made?
grains.
What were those gaskets made out of, Wayne? You sent me.
These here, they just some kind of gum rubber.
No, the gaskets, the 2-inch. I've never
Oh, those, the ones I sent you, those are Teflon.
So, yeah, in all my years, I've never had any look like that.
Yeah, to me, Teflon's the way to go. It's impervious to everything.
What are most of them made out of?
I don't know. I use Teflon for most everything. I've got a couple silicone ones, but I try not to use them.
Right, those were way tougher than anything I've ever owned in freaking 10, 12 years.
Yeah, those are Teflon. They're
Most
like
of
I said,
mine are
they're inert.
silicone.
Yeah. Now the bubble plate's got some silicone gaskets in it that you have to use, but or the sight glass does. The bubble plate just sets on the metal to metal. It ain't no deal. But yeah, the ones I sent you, those are Teflon.
Yeah, those were much more sturdier than anything I've got.
They'll last you forever.
Where did you get those?
eBay.
Just Teflon gaskets,
Teflon.
eBay.
Yep.
All right.
Teflon sanitary gaskets.
Yep. Sanitary gaskets.
I know Steel Dragon has them also. I actually got Teflon gaskets came with something I ordered from them. I
Yeah,
ordered some
I've got
or something that came with gaskets.
1.5s up here too.
Oak Stills has them too. They were pretty cheap at Oak Stills.
Right. You know, I prefer Teflon. I mean, they're, like I say, they're inert. Nothing's gonna mess with them.
I figured I'd
Silicone.
replace mine as my worn out. You know,
I mean, there's a difference between food grade and alcohol grade, and that's a whole nother topic in its own self.
Right?
Yeah, I have some silicone hose that I use on my 8-gallon still that is alcohol grade. It's a alcohol silicone.
Mm-hmm. And I think most of the gaskets that they're selling are, but how do you know? You know.
Yep, you don't know really.
So I try to run Teflon everywhere I can, and like I said, I threw a couple of them in JC's box with his condenser. So JC, that condenser, you notice the valve I had on it was up at that goes at the top end. Cold water in the bottom, hot water out the top, and
So
you
the
valve
valve is
the output.
The valve is top end?
Yes, sir.
All right, okay. I just assumed it was, yeah, I would have not done that right.
Yeah, the valve is the top end. That way, you make sure that your coil is full of water.
I would have thought it was the water coming in that I was controlling.
No, you're controlling the water coming out.
I would have fucking done that so wrong.
You're not alone. We had this discussion earlier, and I was thinking exactly the same thing as you, JC.
So, okay.
You are not alone on that.
Hey, that's why we're here to help each other, guys.
Right.
That's the whole point. That's the
It
whole
is the
point.
point. It's exactly the point of our group and this channel.
And Distilling Tradition, for those that are watching, we have a MeWe group that we're part of on Distilling Tradition. It is Distilling Tradition. Great group of folks. We have everybody from beginners to seasoned veterans.
Yep.
Come check us out. Come hang out and chat with us.
Right? We're on every single day.
Every day.
Probably more than we should be.
Exactly.
But
Exactly.
people can come hang out with us, talk, ask questions, share their knowledge, which trust me, we do appreciate as well.
Yeah. I mean, we've got some guys on our group that are very talented individuals.
Yeah, they are.
Pat Vine is one, for instance, who has really been busy lately with his distilling projects, and talented guy, knows a lot of stuff, always willing to share information.
Yeah,
there's a bunch of guys.
share.
What is it?
Yeah, Pat is definitely willing to share. He's always willing to help.
Definitely. And he's not the only one. There's a numerous amount of people on there that are willing to share what they know.
Yep.
I mean, and the thing is, it doesn't matter if you've been doing it for a month or years. If you know something, you can help somebody out and you share, then that's what it's all about.
Absolutely. I mean, I've made suggestions on ideas I've had, like my filtered bucket. People have changed it up a little bit and it works better for them. That's fantastic. I think that's amazing.
It's awesome.
And they share the fact that they did this. That's what it's
Look
about.
Look at JC's coffee rum recipe.
Oh, I know.
I love that recipe.
I do too. It's really good.
That was made kind of like for a joke.
And it turned out amazing.
Well, joke's on you.
Not funny, JC.
That was like fucking 12 years ago. I'm still making that shit.
Hey, JC, Mrs. Tater says you need a refrigerator next to you.
Right? Need some fucking electricity out here. So, Wayne there?
Yeah.
So I got a buzz on, so let's recap.
All right.
The needle valve goes on the top.
Yes, sir.
Why would you
No.
control
Oh, yes. Sorry.
why would you control the water going out and not in?
Because, all right, think about that coil.
Right?
Hold on, let me get you a visual.
Oh, we get a diagram. Awesome.
I had to go
I got a diagram, I got a stilogram.
Right,
So we have hot vapor coming up this bad boy.
right,
The first thing I wanted to hit is cold water.
right.
All right, so my water goes through and it keeps going around and it comes up here. And if I put it through the bottom, then I know this coil is full. If I put it through the top, then I could have an air bubble. I mean, it'll work either way. It really
Right.
will.
Right, it will.
It'll work either way. They ain't no denying that. But I feel better if I run the water through the bottom and valve out the top, because I want my cold zone to be colder here and then warmer as it goes up, and it'll come out. You know, you can even the shotgun condenser that I built for my new setup. It has 4 tubes inside it. And I can run it wide open and I can still turn my still up high enough to push the vapor past and collect 4s and whatnot and running full water. But this was the first one that I did. This was a 16-inch tall steel head with a 3/8 copper coil wrapped around the outside. I can take this thing and I can move it. You know, I can't move it back now, but because I got to have 2 hands. Anyway, this one, the tube's still, you can see the tube's still round. If you look at yours, JC, you can see it's flat.
Right.
This is 3/8 28 wall. It's a little, because it's smaller, it's stiffer, but I used half 28 wall on yours and it flattens out more like a ribbon and it hugs the tube more, which makes it more conductive for cold. So yours is way more efficient than my original.
I noticed even mine and Tom's look slightly different. In
Yeah, so Tom's, I had a piece of material that was already cut to that length. So his is about 2 inches longer than yours.
Right.
But other than that, they're about the same. His has some different fittings. His comes straight out. I put some 90s on yours. And as they sent you with that valve.
They were 1/2 inch, right?
They're 1/2 inch for 1/2 inch OD tube.
Okay.
Yeah, those
Yeah.
press connect fittings are really cool. I really like them because you can take it, you know, you push your tube in and when you go take it out, you just push on this, pull it out, and and you can unplumb something in a heartbeat.
What kind of tubing are you using? I know Tater's got something that looks more like PEX.
Yeah, it's not Vex, but it looks similar to it.
And Tom's got something that looks more like fucking something you use racking wine or something.
All right, yeah, I've got a clear PVC vinyl tubing from Lowe's. I can get 20-foot roll for, I don't know, $8 or $9. I don't know, just
Doesn't say what it's made out of. Does have the
He
size on it.
he got the fancy colored stuff.
I got
Right.
the fancy color polyurethane tubing. It does say that what it's made out of.
But it don't matter. It's all water.
Yeah, it's
It
just
don't
water.
matter. Exactly.
This is a 12 by 8 millimeter.
All right, yeah. So it's basically the same thing, 1/2 inch OD,
Yeah.
or close to it.
Pretty
It might not
close.
work with these fittings. They do make these press connect fittings in metric and standard. They're
Well, I
just
bought my column from Oak Stills, so it came all with metric because that's a Chinese
Right.
company.
right. So any of y'all that are out there that are looking to go to quick change, water lines, press connect water lines, these press connect fittings and valves, they're awesome. They've got valves for water, they've got valves for air. They work well. it's nice to be able to break something down quick and just pull a line out and go on.
So in the moonshine mishaps video where Brandon's tube came out, what was the deal with that? Was it just because normally you have to push it back to get him out, right? Did he just kick it hard enough? Or
No,
what?
you did. So it could have been that he didn't have it in far enough,
Right.
and the pressure just popped it on out the O-ring. If you don't get it in enough to bite the teeth, then it won't hold your hose.
Right.
But his point was that, it doesn't take much. A little bit can cause you a whole big old mess.
Now,
Right.
Wayne, can you actually pull those out without actually depressing the fitting?
No, that thing will not come out without compressing.
Okay.
It.
Yeah, you have to compress the ring to pull that line out. And a lot of times
Maybe if you just brutally forced it out, but you're gonna have to force that thing out.
Yeah, when you compress the ring, Alvin, a lot of times you have to push the tube forward first and then pull it out
Gotcha.
to get it to really release.
Pressure on
It's got shark bite teeth. It holds.
Yeah. Because I've used those shark bite fittings you use for plumbing before. It's the same kind of principle, isn't it?
Yep.
Right. Absolutely.
You're making me feel bad, JC. I'm sitting here, it's only about 70 degrees out.
God damn it, Tater.
Well,
I'm in the
it's
air
cool.
conditioning with a fan on me.
Probably about 83 or 4. It ain't too bad.
I'm sitting here in the shed enjoying this temperature. This is great.
It's probably only 83.
It was 80 earlier today. It was not fun earlier for me.
Yeah.
This ain't helping too much.
Yeah.
I had to
I
switch.
don't know, that
lemon-
cold beer is kind of cooling me off.
I had to switch to lemon shine. I'm out of ginger beer. So
Ginger beers for pussies.
right, lemon shine. Alvin,
Yes, sir.
I thank you for the Dragon's Breath review. I probably hadn't drank a beer in fucking a decade. Got one of those because of your reviews. Man,
I like
that shit-
those. Those are really
Man, that
good.
shit was good.
I can't find them here.
I don't know if I've ever really even had a good stout, but that shit was good.
I love stout, so I guess I'm gonna have to take a bike ride up to over to Missouri to see Alvin and go have one of them beers.
Yeah, you can. I've had a lot of different bourbon barrel aged, and most of them are really, really heavy on the bourbon. These are just about right.
It had that.
They're just about right.
It had that coffee taste on the end and that bourbon, man. Plus, two of them's like drinking a fucking bottle of
It
wine.
is. They're like 10.5 or 11%, something like that.
Right? How was the whites? You showed one of those on what you drinking the other night.
What's that again?
The white ones, Dragon's Breath milk.
Yeah,
Dragon's Milk white.
they're
How were those?
they're good. They have the good mouthfeel, but they're not made with dark grains like the.
Isn't that a wheat beer?
I don't know if they have wheat in it or not. They use a lot of different things in it, but it has a really good mouthfeel. It has that the mouthfeel that you normally get with those darker beers like that with the stouts. But it's not a high ABV. They're only like 5.5 or 6%, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're good. They're drinkable beer, but I like the dark one better.
Right,
So,
those are great.
So guys, we really how many questions did we have all together tonight, Alvin?
I forget. I think we only had about 3 people that participated in the questions. David
Right.
Banks had a couple, and
How many do we have show up? Period, without asking questions.
Without asking questions.
overall, we've had about
Comment.
34 different people view it.
How many?
34 at one time. I think we had about 14 or 15.
I mean, I don't want to be negative, but that's pretty Philbilly has fucking 22,000 subscribers. When most of his live streams, he has like 22 people watching. It's hard
Yeah.
to get people in live streams.
It is
Yeah.
hard to get people with live stream.
It is. But you know, guys, we're here doing we're sharing knowledge, we're sharing things, and it'll grow.
We're here
as it
having fun.
Yeah. And
we
then-
are having fun.
And
And
we'll get more views too over the next week or so. I think our
Yeah.
lives usually end up with about 100, 120, 130 views, something like that.
yeah, and that's fine. I tell you what, guys, we've got a good group of folks over at Distilling Tradition.
Yes, we do.
Great group of folks, a lot of knowledge there, a lot of camaraderie. Just
There is zero drama in that group. I love that group.
yeah, it's exactly zero drama. So, folks, if you guys want to come hang out, talk shop, come over to DT, Distilling Tradition over at MeWeed.com. Come check us out. We're all on there. The Crazy Eight's on there all the time. There's tons of good folks on there with lots of knowledge, and they're willing to help and willing to share their experiences, whether it be good, bad, or indifferent. It doesn't matter.
No,
I'm
because
glad
we get
to
to
share
learn
you
from
my
it. You make a
mistakes.
mistake, we learn from your experiences, your experiments. It's like, here I am live, trying something I've never done before.
Right?
With my poor boy Plum Brandy. We're gonna find out over the next couple of weeks how it comes out.
So this is your geriatric brandy. It's that proves you.
Geriatric Brandy. Hey, plum, prune, it's all from the same fruit.
Right?
DT
I love you,
is
brother. I just had to pick at you.
DT is
Well,
such a good
there's
thing. Before MeWe, I spent time on fucking Reddit and the horrible home distillers. Man, that shit is straight up trash. They've got good people with information, but man, they're horrible people,
Oh,
Tell you
home
what.
distillers, they have the most amazing information.
right?
They really do. They are an
But-
encyclopedia of information. But they are
Boatloads of
not the nicest people to get along with.
No, they suck. They're horrible. There were a few people on there that were really awesome. Dad 300 was one of them, and he's got a distillery down here not too far from me. Went legal. But yeah, there was a few people on there that were really inspirational to me. Had a lot of good information, didn't mind sharing. But you ask a question on there, and 9 times out of 10, somebody's going to tell you, go here and read this.
Right.
Yeah.
Look it up. And I get that.
Okay, I can understand people getting tired of answering the same question repeatedly, especially on a group the size of that,
Right.
but isn't that what we're there for?
Right. And so I want to say to all of our friends on DT and any other media platform out there, if you come over to DT, you will not receive that kind of treatment.
No, you will not.
The only stupid question is the one that didn't get asked.
I mean, the new members are gonna ask the same questions that the older ones did. There's no point in getting upset with these people.
It's not like they can search back through,
Right, exactly.
find those answers.
Nope.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, they don't need to search back through and try to find those answers. They need to ask, and we'll answer it. Plain and simple.
to the best of our ability, we'll answer it. Better believe it.
If we know it, we'll tell you. If we don't, we'll tell you we don't.
Exactly.
And we'll probably go help you find the answer.
Yep, if we don't know the answer, we probably do know where to find it.
Yep.
It,
And there's enough people
We've
on.
got
There's
to
enough people in that group that's been
experiment
doing
and
this
try
for
and
a
do
while
things.
too.
trying things because they're new and they don't know whether to do it or not. And we're learning as experienced people, we're learning from them as well because they're doing something we didn't think about. And I
What was you-
just absolutely love the group.
Yeah. What were you saying, Alvin?
Oh, I was saying that there's a lot of people on that group that's been doing this for a long time. So I mean, there's people on there that have a lot of knowledge that to
Oh,
share
yeah.
with people.
Yeah, there's some of us have been doing this for a while. Some of us in the Crazy Eight have been doing it for quite a while. Some of us
Yep.
not so much, but we've the Crazy Eight was put together as, you know, it was just a group of guys that, you know, wanted, we all wanted the same thing, you know, to share knowledge and share our hobby,
Learn, grow from each other.
learn and grow from each other. And that has been and is the mantra of the whole the deal here. That's what it's all about. Learning from each other and growing from each other.
Yep.
Honestly, when I was asked to join, and I feel privileged now because I didn't get it at the time, I was just like, oh, you just want me to join your YouTube group or whatever. I didn't really know what it was, but I was just like, I'm gonna be doing it anyway. I don't mind sharing it.
Truthfully, I was really nervous when Wayne asked me to join. It's like, man, there's no way I can give you guys enough knowledge and help you enough. And it's like, honestly, I kind of turned you down. It was Pinto that got me to say yes.
Who was
really
it?
It's like I just don't know enough, you know. And I spend more
But you
time.
do.
I enjoy this group so much; it's ridiculous.
Yeah. Thing is, you do. Everybody in the Crazy Eight brings something different to the group. Everybody has their specialty. Honestly, Ray, you and JC are, I mean, you guys are the brandy guys.
We are.
True. Don't
mean,
don't ask me 20 questions about magic. I don't know.
I do
I wanna know.
some brandy stuff, and I introduced I think I may have introduced Alvin to some brandy with the apple that we did, and he's got it aging.
It tastes pretty good too.
Brandy's a different animal altogether. It taste is completely different than grain whiskey.
Fair enough.
But yeah, but everybody brings something different.
I'm still trying to perfect my brandy game. I want more of that fruit flavor out of it. And I'm still trying to figure out how to get it.
Well, when you figure it out, let me know, please.
Well, we're
I'll
going
pay
to
you.
find out on this one if I can pull more out of it.
The crazy problem with brandy is if you're just doing straight up pot still, is
Flavors in the head.
a lot of that flavor's in the head.
It is in the head, and it makes it very difficult to make your cuts.
Right.
Does.
I have to have my wife help me because you try a couple different samples and it's like you start to get taste blind.
All right, so
It's
guys,
hard to pick the differences out. I do not have a refined palate, and I'm going to admit this completely. So I have to give her the same samples. Between the two of us, we can judge the two, you know?
I want to challenge you guys to do a brandy on a single run, a single reflux run.
Ooh, reflux run.
Compress your heads, and still, I've done it with banana. You can still pull the flavor through. What I did was I compressed my heads, and it kept pushing everything back, and then I went to run. I turned everything reflux off after the collected the heads and run pot still mode. And a nice.
You went from
nice
reflux
slow
to
dip.
pot still mode.
Yeah. So I refluxed at the beginning and then run pot still mode. And then when the tails start coming in, I reflux again and compress those tails and pull some more alcohol up, but you still get some really good flavors.
Yeah.
And that's probably how I run my next banana.
Well, now that I got that new column, I'm gonna give that a shot. Cause, why not?
Why not? I mean, we got nothing to lose in what we do. I mean, every experiment, we learn something from it.
The absolute worst thing that happens is I do not like the way it tastes. It ends up in the faints bucket and I run it later.
Yeah, and you make some flavored bullshit out of it and going down the road.
Right.
But you learn something from.
You learn something. And that's the important part. You get to learn something.
Exactly.
Zachary.
Well, are we gonna vote? Or are we gonna vote later? And
I don't know who said shit.
and who's gonna get this here?
I should probably have wrote down who had the questions. 'Cause I think we had 3 people participate in the questions.
Who had the
I
most
think it was-
questions?
David Banks had the most. Loyal,
David Banks
I think
had the
Loyal
most
Logan had a
questions,
question,
definitely.
and
I think the requirement was who had the what was the requirement?
You had to be a member of MJM,
BT.
and you had to ask the most interesting question. We were gonna vote on the most interesting question.
David,
All right.
David, if
So-
you're still there, you've been a fast track member.
Yes, he has.
I tell you what, David Banks has come along so quick, so fast.
And not just been like crazy fucking shit up. I'm buying this.
No, he's taking it easy and going the right way, and he's learning a lot, and he's making. I believe he's already jumped on the all grain train. He's
beat me on that one.
I've
He's making
seen
some good stuff.
I'm
seen
still a
members-
brandy guy. I love brandies. I can't help it. I'm still trying to perfect my brandies, but
I
There's
started
nothing
out
wrong
a
with that.
winemaker. That's why I love brandies.
Yep,
I made
me too,
wines for
JC.
years. I still
All right.
make.
JC, I'm a winemaker at heart, buddy. I have been making wine since I was 15 years old,
Amen, brother.
and I love making wine. I love distilling it and turning it to brandy. I've got about a sip or two left of some yellow corn and muscadine brandy, aged on white oak.
now see, I gotta try mixing the two one of these days. The
I've
corn and
wondered
fruit.
about corn and blackberry. How would that do? Because I've got I've got access to blackberries out the yin yang here.
I bet you
I
do.
will in another week. I gotta get.
I think corn and blackberry be fine. I think wheat and blackberry be better.
All I've ever really done is corn and apple far as the split brandies. I've done that a few times.
Yeah, split brandy, mountain brandy. A lot of people don't realize what they are or what they mean to home distillers or the moonshiner. But somebody that's doing this, which we ain't, but somebody that's doing this for a living, to try to help their income, they're making it out of whatever they can get their hands on.
Right.
Yeah.
And if it's apple season and the apples are ripe, guess what? You're making apple brandy. And if you can get your hands on some wheat or some corn to go with that and change it up a little bit and make yourself different, which we don't condone illegal activity. Heaven forbid.
Well,
Somebody
we all live in Missouri, so it's legal.
Right.
We're all Alvin's neighbors.
Yeah, I just live down the road from Alvin, not too far, a little bit, 2 miles away, but in Weston, Missouri, yes.
The problem with brandy is for the newbies or anybody, when they hear blackberry moonshine, they think it's gonna
Yeah.
taste like fucking blackberry jam or blackberry liqueur.
Bingo.
That's not what's happening.
If you guys
Yeah.
hear any loud bangs in the background for me, my neighbors are having fun with some fireworks.
I heard some earlier.
I'll tell you what, guys, JC, that's a really good point. People need to realize that if you distill, I mean, I've got a jug over here that is sweet potatoes, and it does taste, it resembles sweet potato.
Yep.
But you know, you cannot run great brand or grape wine through the still and expect it to taste like the grape that it came from.
Oh, it does not.
That's how I started. I made wine.
It
And as
smells like, you could smell the grape in it, you could smell the
You
wine
can.
in it,
You can.
but it does not taste that way. I
It is
cannot
the
pick that
spirit.
taste out. And
It's
honestly,
the
that's
spirit
what I'm trying to
of that grape.
increase. I'm trying to figure out how to increase that fruit flavor without adding extracts.
Alan
You
has
know,
Alan's done a great few videos describing brandies where people have common misconception. It's not the flavor you're getting, it's the essence. Or I mean, I can tell if even if I don't know, if you hand me a grain liquor or a brandy, I know it's a brandy. I might not know what fruit it is.
right.
Right?
I can taste the brandy and tell you what it is, and tell you it's a brandy.
Right.
This right here is some sweet tater. I had a buddy come by and he picked up some. He wanted some of that, but it you can taste it, but to say it tastes like a baked sweet potato or a candy sweet potato, no, it don't.
Don't taste like no fucking sweet potato casserole you're getting on Thanksgiving.
It don't. But if you drink
Although
enough
that
of
might be a
it,
good mash.
if you drink enough of it, you'll think you had one.
You drink enough of it, it won't matter.
Exactly. But that's the biggest thing I think, and that's a good point, JC. I'm glad you brought that up. That you know, when you distill corn, and you can smell it in the jar,
Yes,
and you know it's corn. There ain't no denying it's corn. It's sweet like corn. The sweetness carries over in the liquor, but it don't taste like biting corn off the cob, and it ain't going. So I think the sooner people get that out of their head, the better off they are.
Hey, Wayne, I think Dinscourage is going to send you an email
Cool. Awesome. Looking forward.
at your Mason Jar Mafia email address.
All right, that'll work. I'm really hoping that I mean, we've been on here for 2.5 hours already. You know, I hope somebody benefited from all this gibberish that we've been doing.
We promise you guys, if you come into DT and you ask us a specific question, we will be more than happy to help you.
We will absolutely be more than happy
If
to
you
answer.
don't ask a specific question, our comment section is all over the place. We understand it, but you may not, especially if you're new. So don't be afraid to ask us questions.
And if we don't know, we'll go to great lengths to look it up and find it for you.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I got a question. I got a question for you,
All right.
Wayne.
All right.
So, as I'm no expert in mashing, I've seen so like a lot of your videos, you'll stir your mash at a certain temperature for a fucking hour, 60 minutes, whatever. Then I see a certain distiller, I don't want to name any names, but he's a good guy. he'll heat his water up to a certain temperature, pour his grains in, then just kind of let it sit. What's the difference?
All right, that's a good question, JC. So most of the time I'm mashing in a keg,
Right?
and I got my mash paddle going all the time. I like to heat my water up first. I like to get because now I'm talking all grain mash here.
Right?
I get my water up to at least 150 before I add my grain. If I add my grain before that, it clumps up and causes problems. If I add it at 150, it's already close to that gel temp, and it starts blending and it gets more even. My paddle works better. So once from there on to about 170 or 180, depending on how thick it gets, then I add my enzymes. But yeah, like I say, it gets really thick, and I add the enzymes, and then it thins on out. Yeah, mashing all grain it's just different altogether than corn. You cook corn, you bring it up. I bring it up 150, add my enzymes, I'll bring it on up, and I'll hold it at 180 for an hour with those enzymes in it. That means I'm gelatinizing all those enzymes. Because they loosened it up, it helps me to get it on out. Now, what he's doing, he's adding boiling water on top of his corn, and that works fine. You can put boiling water on top of your corn, and you can stir that in, and it's gonna thicken up. If your pot's thick enough, it'll hold the temperature in. It's gonna thicken up and gel up. Those enzymes will help break that down. If you don't have those enzymes, if you're using malt, I've got videos out there on Mason Jar Mafia where I did a mash with no paddle except for this little booger right here. I heated my water up. I dumped my grain in. I stirred it for about 30 minutes, full flame, just hotter than blue blazes. I stirred it for about 30 minutes. It got too thick. I turned it off. At 190, I added my dose of enzymes, stirred it in. I let it set for an hour, and I came back. We went to town. We goofed off, the wife and I. We came back, and it's just a thin slurry. I bring the temperature back up to 148, add my GL, hold it at max temp for an hour, and I'm done. You could probably get away with less than an hour each time, but I'm out here cooking. If I'm cooking mash, I'm probably distilling water at the same time. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna give it that hour on the amylase enzyme. I'm gonna give it that hour on the beta enzyme. And I'll get a 72 or a 76 gravity on my all grain mash. And I'll take a 1.070 all day long.
Oh yeah, that's good. That's good gravity. Can you get the corn so hot that it denatures the starches?
I don't know, JC. I know that the HTL enzyme is good to 195. I try not to get past 180, just because,
Right.
Safety cushion and whatnot. But it wouldn't surprise me if you would go to boiling, and it probably wouldn't hurt that enzyme.
Like I said, I've seen people say, "Well, I've got my water up to boil, and I'm pouring it on my corn." we're talking boil, we're talking 200 plus 212 or whatever.
Right. So with you not having a paddle, JC, I would. All right. So figure up, your mash. If it's all corn or if it's a corn blend, figure up the water for your corn. I do 2 pounds per gallon.
Right.
I get that water boiling. I dump my corn in and I start stirring. And I stir until I can't. And when it gets to where I can't stir anymore and I'm worried about it burning, I turn my flame out. I put my enzymes in. I stir it in. I let it set. And when it starts cooling down and it gets about 155, then I add, or 160, then I add the water for my other grains, whether it be malted or not, like corn or like wheat or barley. You're not going to want to put in there at high temperature like you did corn.
Right.
They're going to gel. They're going to gel in the 140, 150 range. So I go ahead and do those at mash temp. So I want my temperature to be about 155, 160 when I put those grains in, because it's going to drop it down. And then of course I'll turn my heat back up, turn my paddle back on, let those malts go to work. Or if I'm not using malted grain and I'm just using cereal grain, then I'll go ahead and add my GL enzymes once those cook in at my temp at 148. 148 is my sweet spot. Some people like 150, 152, whatever. Honestly, these enzymes, they work really good. You could probably put them in at room temp and they probably work. Might take a little while, but.
What size, how many ounces of the Sebstar you buying? 4 ounces, 8 ounces?
So the HGL, all right, every one of them is 0.38 milliliters per pound of grain. And honestly, a milliliter and a cc are the same thing. So basically, if you do 4 millimeters per pound of grain, you'll be more than covered. I usually do 3.88 or 3.8 milliliters and round it up to the next number and let it rip.
Good stuff. I don't think I'll ever like anything more than brandy, but I want to know. You know what I mean? I want to be able to.
Hey, I'm gonna use these Substar enzymes on my bananas when I do another mash.
Right.
I want to make sure I get everything out of them, because the best I've ever done off of banana mash is about 28.
Brandy's will probably always be my favorite, but I just want to know how to do grains and whatever.
Oh,
Yeah.
I definitely want to do some grains. I mean,
It's a
I do
great
grains because that's what I started with, and
Yeah.
it's what I have easy access to. I have easy access to the fruit.
Hey, you got to work with what you got.
Exactly. So there's state land not too far from me where I can pick. A couple years ago, I picked 30 quarts of blackberries. Free. Can't beat that. Just took the time for me and my wife to pick it.
Right.
So.
Sugar berries is what we call them. And apples, I've got wild apples growing out in my out in my land here, old pasture land. I found out that during the Depression, this place used to be basically a fruit farm. They used to sell apples and berries. Nice.
So there's still apple trees left over from the Depression era. So.
A lot of the blackberry vines around me are not producing this year. They
Really?
don't have blackberries on them, and I have a lot of them that are dead now. They didn't come back.
Huh,
And also I have one, wild plum tree and it has no buds on it this year.
did you get a late frost or something, Alvin?
I don't know. I mean, we had a really mild winter.
I've noticed my apples seem to produce every other year. Unless, of course, something weird happens, like a late frost or something throws it off, but.
Yeah.
Generally, it's an every other year thing where I seem to get the most amount of fruit off my apple trees.
So, Ray, I was gonna tell you my corn is tasseling now.
Nice.
So yeah, for those that don't know, I've got a few rows of Cherokee White Eagle corn growing. This is for an endeavor to make seed to try to start a legal distillery. The Cherokee White Eagle corn is doing good. It's like I say, it's starting to tassel. Won't be long. It'll be putting on ears. Hoping I get enough seed this year to produce something next year to actually make a whiskey with.
I should have bought some and planted some. To help you out.
Well, I can send you some seed this year.
But I did manage to find it from more than just the Cherokee Nation too. So
Yeah, it's you can get it out there. It's out there. I noticed that these plants are typical of the dent corn family. The roots crawl out from the canes and dig into the ground, and yeah, these canes are 6.5 foot tall now and starting to tassel. So I'm hoping to get enough corn to do something with next year.
nice. Yeah, most of the corn around me has to have a very short growing season. We only have a 120-day growing season at best.
Thing is, I've got some of that blue corn seed I saved left back here that I could probably put another batch out.
Yeah,
80 days to harvest. I mean, I could get another batch out before fall.
there you go.
The problem is watering it. We're heading into deep summer, and it's going to be hot and dry.
Yeah.
It's barely rained here in like 6 weeks.
Oh
Yeah,
no,
we got
we've been
rain
getting a little bit of rain almost every other day.
I've
I
got
got rain today, first time in 2 weeks.
I've got a 250-gallon water tank by the garden that fills up with rainwater, and I've used like almost all of it through June and whatever first week of July.
Wow.
What do you got growing out there, JC?
I got a little bit of corn just for eating, not making anything out of it. Got a lot of green beans, a lot of potatoes, some onions.
Yeah, I've already harvested all my onions.
Yes,
Been harvesting green beans, and I just sowed another patch of green beans out there last week, and they're up now.
yeah, it's barely fucking rained here in 6 weeks.
Well, fellers, my phone battery is about dead. What do you? Oh, whoa! Hey, what was that?
Just a little bit of coffee shine there.
Oh, coffee shine.
It's getting
Coffee
late.
shine.
We need to switch to the hard stuff, right? It's getting late.
That ain't cool, JC. I don't have any coffee shine. All I got some damn lemonade.
There's some coffee shine, JC.
There you go.
Hey, what's in that
120
one?
proof.
Yeah, this is 120.
What you got that aging on, Tater?
Huh?
I said, what's that aging on?
Nothing. It was aged with vanilla beans.
Oh, vanilla bean.
Yep. I followed JC's recipe to the letter the best I could. I might have gone a little over on the vanilla, but
Hey,
You
I
can't
changed
go
it
too
to
wrong
real
calling
time.
the
I feel
redneck
bad.
from Kentucky.
I happen to like the taste of vanilla, so
Right. I don't know if ever made it the same. I changed it up.
JC,
I did 13 vanilla beans to a gallon.
damn.
That's good.
So I have some that's
God,
I
I
got
love
some of the-
smelling this stuff.
I have some of that coffee rum that's aging right now on white oak. Would I be stupid to put it back on coffee bean after the white oak? Let it try to pull more coffee flavor.
Throw some coffee beans in it if you don't think there's enough. Crush them up,
I
throw
think I
them in
left it
there.
on coffee bean for a week and a half, something like that. But I'm wondering if
There
I can get
is-
more flavor out of it.
There's a little town not too far from me. They've got their own coffee. There's a coffee shop there. They do their own coffee roasting. I had actually considered taking some of this in. There's a young woman there who is absolutely amazing. She's really sweet, extremely helpful. And I wanted to go in there and take her some of this and see if she had any recommendations for coffees to add to this to use. I haven't
Nice.
done it yet. I mean, let's face reality, walking in with some fucking homemade liquor.
Well, I mean, technically, she doesn't have to know it's homemade. You could take it into
That's
use
true.
it in a flask or
I
something
got
like
it from
that.
a friend.
You'd be
But-
surprised how welcoming people are.
Tell her you've been playing with just macerating liquor. You don't have to tell
Yeah.
her that you've been you made the liquor. Just tell you've been playing with macerating it on, and you want to do a coffee flavor
I
and
have
ask her
a
what she
friend
thought.
where it's legal.
I mean, we all live in Missouri, so what's the problem?
Exactly. But the difference in the taste, JC,
Guys,
between the 120 and the 100 proof is incredible. You can smell and taste the vanilla at 120. But what I cut down to 100, the vanilla disappears. You still
Age
get
it
the
longer.
coffee, but you don't have the vanilla.
age it
You need to
longer.
Leave it at
I
cat.
definitely like it much better at 120.
Right?
Yeah.
That's the you live and learn when you proof down. Sometimes proofing helps, sometimes it don't.
I
Right.
haven't tried proofing it down anymore to see if it brings it back.
Well, that's like this stuff right here, guys. It's setting at 124 right now, and it tastes really good. But if I cut it down to 80 or 90, all that flavor from that apple wood dissipates and gets thinner and lighter.
Right?
And it
Yeah,
don't
I
have
don't
the
have
same
any
thing.
wood in this at all. It is just the vanilla beans that colored it and flavored it.
Yeah.
The vanilla is right up front at 120, and on the back end you get the coffee.
You know,
And it's just
You know-
such a unique experience, and it's extremely enjoyable. And I am so glad that I got this recipe from JC.
I
Yeah.
wonder if a lot of the commercial liquors, because you get a lot of the commercial liquors, they've lost a lot of flavor with their keeping it down to 80 proof. I wonder if a lot of the liquors that are like cask strength are kind of more what you're experiencing with your 120 and 124. I wonder if they're what commercial liquor might have been before they proofed it down. You know what I mean? It
Possibility.
might have more flavor in it if they left it at the cask strength.
I guess that's I don't want to phrase it.
$1 million.
That's where the knowledge comes in of learning what you can get away with at certain ABVs when you're aging. That's where these people that do this as a profession are amazing, really. They
Yeah, they
know the taste and the smell, what it's going to be like from 120 to 80. It's just incredible how these people can
Right.
have that kind
I
of
mean-
talent.
Not to but look at Alan Bishop.
Yes,
He's been doing it since he was a kid.
yes, he has.
he has a sense of nose and taste and smell that a lot of us, let's face it, a lot of us are going to have to wait years to develop, because he's been doing it for so long. And but you're right, when you're running something, it takes a while to learn. I mean, you learn, especially if you do a recipe over and over again, it becomes
Yeah.
apparent that, oh, I'm going to expect this much product from this much alcohol because I have this much potential alcohol in it. But learning how to manipulate this.
Well, that's why so many of the commercial distillers have professional blenders. They blend from
Right.
4 or 5 different barrels to get the exact same taste every
Right.
single time. They'll
Exactly.
even buy from other distillers to get a mix so that they can get the exact same flavor profile every single time.
I think it would be safe to say that a blender's job is probably more important for a brand like that than the distiller.
Oh, absolutely. Those people are absolutely amazing. I would
Yep.
love to, if we have any people that watch our channel that are blenders for any distillery, please contact us. I
Please.
would love to talk to you.
Love to hear from you. Love to hear some contact, some information.
Anything. Because
Chat.
their job is just so absolutely precise and amazing. There's no way I could even hope to achieve that.
All right, so guys, I can take and run the same recipe. I don't care if it's 100% corn over and over again, and each one's different.
Yes.
Each one's different. I age all my corn whiskey, my straight corn whiskey or my corn wheat. It all goes into a container together, and it gets blended, and so that it's more of a homogeneous normal blend of the same thing over and over and over. But yeah, every time I do one, it comes out different.
Yeah. The people that do the blending and that are absolutely amazing, and it just completely confuses me. I don't understand how they can do it. I don't have the palate that's capable.
It's amazing.
It is.
So, yeah, you're right though, Ray. If there's any blenders out there, please jump in on the chat and
Contact us if you ever want to do a live stream with us, please.
yeah, please. We would love to do a live chat with you, a Zoom meeting with you, and have it here on YouTube. Be awesome.
It would.
Yep, because you also have blenders that work for those distilleries that don't actually distill anything. They just buy liquor and they resell it. They buy it, they blend it, and they resell it.
Right.
I mean, that's an art.
Well, I'm
to be able
saying,
to buy-
there's
to be
an
able to
art-
buy
It
all
is
that
an
liquor.
absolute art form. What they do is an
There's
art
an
form.
art in blending, and people don't. They are the unsung hero.
So much emphasis goes on to the barrel aging. The barrel gives so much of the flavor. Nah, horse hockey. It is the person behind the scenes that is tasting that barrel, tasting it when they pick it, that's deciding what it's going to taste like when they mix it with something else that makes
Yeah.
it come out. They are absolutely amazing to me.
You know, I had someone tell me one time that, and it came from a lot of different places, but the barrel is 90% of the flavor of a whiskey. And I'm sorry, guys, I'm gonna call bullshit.
Yeah, I'm calling bullshit on that myself.
All right. I make my stuff. I age it on oak or apple or cherry or whatever the hell. but that wood is not 90% of that flavor profile. If I can't tell you by tasting it, if I can't tell you that there's corn and there's rye
You've
and there's
overall.
wheat, then you went too far, and it ain't worth drinking. Pour it out and go make your own.
Yeah, I mean, it's just,
Guys, it ain't rocket science. I would rather this spend 8 months in the jar.
More like a weird science.
It is. It is a weird science. It's a very weird science.
It's like JC was doing a 7-Up with a moonshine chaser.
There you go. Honestly, though, I mean, I would rather age on a little. I would rather age on a little bit of wood for a longer time than a lot of wood at a short time.
all right. I got something to show you. You won't believe this.
All right, I'm all ears,
Okay,
ears and beard mostly.
here's exactly the same brandy.
Yeah,
okay? Can you see the difference in the color?
the one on the left to my left. No, the other one.
Okay,
That's darker.
it's darker.
It
Okay,
looks darker.
this one was not charred. This one was charred. I took the exact same piece of
Yeah,
oak, okay, off the exact same piece. I charred this one with the torch. This
Yeah.
one is lighter than this one. What the hell happened? I expected the one that was charred to come out darker.
I hope those aren't jars of illegal alcohol you're holding up.
No,
That's
it
water,
wasn't.
right?
Ours in Missouri, it's all good.
Looks like apple juice to me.
Yeah,
It is in Missouri, it's all good.
It's exactly
that's
the
right.
same.
We're all from Missouri, right?
We all live at Alvin's house.
Both white
Yeah.
oak.
It's a
They're
fine
both
house.
100 proof. They're both put in there exactly the same day, within a few minutes of each other. And yet this one, without being charred, is darker than this one, which is charred.
So
All right,
Alan actually commented on our chat. He says he distills and blends every product that spirits above French lick, which is very cool. I didn't know he blended them.
French lick. That's Alvin's territory. Allen.
Yeah, I'm not a. All right, all right, let's go back for a second, and I mean, hell, we're here, we're talking, we're goofing off.
They're always
Let's talk
goofing
about-
off.
Let's talk about cuts for a minute.
Okay,
All right, when I run, I make cuts on the fly.
yes, I do.
So yeah, somebody else does cuts on the fly too. Okay.
Yeah, I do it as well.
There's no point in me making cuts in 25 damn jars when I know
I use
I
cork
know
jars.
that taste. I can stick my finger into the drip and I know where I'm
Taste it,
at
smell it, yeah.
and I know what I'm keeping. I'm keeping from point A to point B. And it all works out.
If you know your mash and know your rig, I'm making cuts in quart jars. I see a lot of people doing fucking 200 mils, 200 mils, 200 mils.
Yeah.
I've never done that.
All right. So what I usually do, JC, is I start my cut in whatever jar I got handy because I know that only a small portion of it is going to get tossed.
Right?
I run a 15-gallon batch. I'm going to collect about a half pint of fours and heads by compressing it with reflux. Now they're going to be high proof, but there's going to be a lower volume. So I know roughly where mine comes out at, but yeah, once I taste the sweet coming on from the hearts, then I switch and I collect in a half gallon or a gallon or whatever I got handy here.
So that's a good question. So
Holy cow, are you serious? Sorry, I hate to interrupt.
No, you're
Okay.
good.
Ellen Bishop actually just posted to our live chat.
Alan,
What's up, Alan?
Ellen,
up,
are you
Alan?
actually here? Comment, please. We would absolutely love to talk to you sometime, brother.
We would love to do a live chat with you.
hope you enjoyed your walk today, Alan. God bless,
We've been-
man. Love you, brother.
Love what
Watching
you're
your
doing. Man.
videos and following you, brother. If you ever get if you can, please contact us. We would love to talk to you.
Absolutely.
Nothing better than learning from you, man.
Right. I mean, and that's the whole point. That's why the Crazy Eight became the Crazy Eight. To learn from each other and to share what we
Yes.
know with others.
I seriously hope that is actually Alan, because that would be absolutely amazing.
That would be. That'd be awesome. Would love to sit down and have a chat with Alan.
So here you go, Wayne. So when you're running one plate defragmator, is your heads actually less than it would be on a pot still? That's what.
Yes. Less volume.
Right.
Yes. But like
Yeah,
I
'cause
said, they're higher
You've
proof.
compressed it.
I've compressed them down.
So
The thing is, you're going to notice, JC, is when you are refluxing and you're compressing those heads, you're got the heads in the fours and you're compressing them down. You're dripping them off real slow. You're not going to have a lot of volume of that, and then you're going to start tasting that sweet hearts coming through. And then you're up. It's up to you from there, refluxing where you want to run your still. You can turn that water to that deflag down and let it warm up and collect a bigger stream at a lower proof, or you can keep that water high and run a slower drip at a higher proof. I run a broken stream and I still pull off 170, 180. It's insane what you can do with reflux.
How much force shots do you take off of a 12-gallon mash?
4 shots and heads, I'll probably pull, like I say, I'll probably pull a half pint.
See,
But I'm like I said, the reflux.
About what is that? About 250 mils.
Something like that. Yeah, they're going to be about 8. They're probably going
Just
to be
for
coming
our
off at 100.
Friends that actually use the metric system.
Hold on, I happen to have a jar handy, and so yeah, about 200 mils, guys.
I mean, if that was a pot still, I'd be taking off about 750.
Yeah, so 200
200
mils. 200 mils is about what I end up pulling off a 12, 13 gallon mash.
So if that was a pot still, I'd be throwing off about 750. So you're compressing the shit out of that.
Yeah. But like I say, JC,
750 mils, JC.
Yeah,
That's
200
like
mils.
Water.
Yeah, he's pulling pot still. He's pulling a quart, and
Yeah.
that's
If I
about
was
right.
pot still, I'd be pulling about a fifth. Yeah, about 750.
Yeah, and like I said, pulling reflux, about 200 mils, but it's probably going to be about 186
Right.
proof.
That's amazing.
It's way up there.
It's amazing.
Guys, I can't believe we've been on here for 3 hours.
There's no way.
Yeah, it's not. It's 9
It's
o'clock.
10 o'clock. I
9:06.
got 10 o'clock my time.
Right.
Are you in?
But you're right. It's been 3 hours, just over 3 hours.
And I'm good with it. I don't care.
I don't
If people
either.
don't,
I'm
I'm
having
sorry,
too
but
much
I think
fun.
if people watch this toward the end, they're gonna gain some stuff because we've delved into some stuff that after everybody else left, that
Right?
some very good points.
Hey,
So
JC,
we're all getting
reflux.
happy. We're all having a good time and we're all talking about shit.
Yep, we're all talking about shit.
Alan, if you're here, brother, I love your channel. I love what you do. You're very knowledgeable.
Yep.
We would love to learn from you.
One of
love
the
it
things I
every
really love about Alan is that he knows the history behind the
Amen.
liquor.
I live very
And
close.
that just blows me away.
I first learned about Alan and saw Alan on the Townsend's channel.
Townsend, apple mash.
Smashed apple brandy.
I saw it, brother. He dressed up and everything.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
He loves to do. He loves to do the fucking. Oh, excuse me. He loves to do the old school representation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love the
yeah, he
fact
actually,
Spend
he
some
actually
time to
says he
learn.
blends too, which is cool. I didn't know he did the blending. I knew he was the master distiller. I didn't know he did the blending.
yeah, he's awesome. He all right, so yeah, I guess Alan knows by now that we all got this big bromance for him. So it's
Alan hates the term master distiller. So
Well-
just keep that in mind.
right. I just look at him as a as an artist and go
The
on.
man who knows distilling.
Cheers, bro.
Cheers. Hey, I'll see y'all tomorrow on DT, right?
Yep. I gotta get
Yep.
off here, guys.
Love
about
y'all.
there.
Hey, brother.
Have a good night, gentlemen.
Good night, guys.
Talk to you
Peace
later.
out, y'all.
Everybody, hey, thank you for joining us tonight,
Thanks for hanging out.
Amen.
hanging out, having a few drinks with us and having a good time.
If we're still
We
here,
appreciate
appreciate
y'all.
you being here.
Alvin, thanks for
Assuming
hosting
we've
us,
already
buddy.
decided who's gonna get the mud.
Yeah, we will decide that. We'll have a little powwow in the morning and figure it out.
All right. So, all right, you guys. Hey, y'all have a good night. Catch y'all
Good night.
later, all right?
Later. Peace out, y'all.
thank you, everybody.